Welcome to it, sports fans. It is the MKT Show. I'm MKT. It's the middle of the month. I don't know what it means. Is it just another day where people wake up and go back to bed? Are people sharing a bed? Are people sleeping well? Are people crippled by debt? I don't know these things. Doesn't matter. The 14th of July. For whatever reason, human beings have decided it matters. How old is she? How old is he? Where was he born? Do these things matter? I don't know, but I'm a talking head on a sports show, and I don't have the answers to that. I don't know. I don't know if it matters that somebody's a Sagittarius and they're married to a Taurus. I don't know. I don't know about Mercury being in retrograde. What I do know is we are here, ladies and gentlemen, and we are going to talk sports. We're going to do it for 2 hours, and I am super grateful that you're joining us. That's what I do know. And even more so, I'm even more grateful to have a human being joining me, a graduate of St. Stidians, ladies and gentlemen, an aficionado of AFTA, a man who has finally learned how to condition his hair. It's looking wavy. It's looking super sweet today. A man who's currently, according to him, in a happy monogamous relationship. A man who is doing his best to drive his own mother over she's on the precipice, but he's trying to push her over the edge. He refuses to shave, but the ladies love it. Rumors are the ladies love it. He's caught between a rock and a hard place. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, James, I'm so cute, Jimbo Illingsley. Jimbo, how are you doing, pal?
I'm good.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Good to have you here, pal. What's the story?
That was quite the introduction again.
You like that?
Jimbo, I'm so cute, Illsley.
Well, I mean, I didn't add the I'm so cute. That has been said by a human being on social media, on digital platforms.
That is true. That did happen.
So I'm not adding that. That's not how I feel. And
it's okay if it is, though.
If I did feel like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah, no,
absolutely.
Sure.
I mean, that person feels like that. It's not important how I feel. I don't want to be the news. I'm just reporting the news. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with you.
Yeah.
I am with you.
So there's that. How are you feeling today? What's happening in your life, pal?
I'm good. Vibing. I feel like it's going to be a good show. I've got something quite funny for social media with James.
You always put a lot of pressure on yourself. The first time I met you, you said you were funny, and you've written a check that you haven't cashed in my eyes yet. So you shouldn't say it's going to be funny.
Yeah, but I've made you laugh more than once.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to take the average. Are you making me laugh 20% of the time? 10% of the time?
You see, if I used my humor to my full capabilities, you would have a headache daily from laughing so much, and I don't want to do that to you. So,
all right, no, fair enough. Okay, so this is going to be the funniest thing you've ever said. The segment.
What, the social media with James?
Yeah.
No, it's not funny. It's just it's funny in an interesting way.
Funny how?
Oh,
you don't know the movie. Damn it. Young people, they don't watch films.
Oh, young people, huh?
Yeah.
It's
like, ha funny is what you should have said.
It's like, no way funny.
Okay. I mean, you should have known the movie, though.
We've been over this. I am a disappointment, so.
Yeah, very disappointing. And you went to film school.
I did do that. I did.
Yeah,
I did. It was possibly the most interesting 3 years of my life.
So you don't know who Joe Pesci is, huh?
That does ring a bell.
Okay, no, it's fine. I mean, if so, well, you'd know. I mean, it rings a bell. You'd know what Goodfellas is. That would have been your statement.
Oh yeah, I know.
Your statement
Joe
would have
Pesci.
said that. Your statement would have been, oh, Joe Pesci from Goodfellas and many other films. Yeah, but you don't know the line. So when I said funny how, funny like a clown, funny how, it's excellent, Joe Pesci, and that's one of the better films of all time. I mean, modern films, you know.
What, Goodfellas or
Goodfellas? Yeah, cracker. I mean, as far as sort of mobster movies go, I think mobster movies got pretty tired probably in the mid-90s, but that's an all-timer.
A 2.5-hour movie made in the 1990s. That's ridiculous. Because like 3-hour movies have only started to become more conventional now.
Well, no, not true. Have you ever heard of The Godfather?
How long is The Godfather?
like Lord of the Rings long, each one, and there's 3 of them.
That's painful.
Oh,
No, but that's what I'm saying.
ultimately, the first 2 are probably the best modern day films, top 10 certainly. Both will be in the top 10 of all time.
Well, The Godfather's only longer by like 20 odd minutes.
Longer than?
Goodfellas.
How long's Godfather?
So Godfather's 2 hours 58 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
What's the other one called? Goodfellas is 2 hours 38 minutes. So
Yeah, Godfather worth a watch, James, especially if you're in film. Lots of techniques used there. It's not just famous actors. So that one should be made compulsory viewing, because what do you have to do, like The Matrix or something? Because that's also usually compulsory viewing.
Memento.
Yeah, terrible film, but I can understand why.
What's that other one called? That other one.
Yeah.
Something Drive. It's like an experimental film.
Oh, I see it. No, I haven't seen that, but yeah, I guess, everyone from their era, like you and Karabo think Batman's the greatest movie of all time. Everyone's biased to their era, and as far as I'm concerned, I mean, I'll always say, I haven't seen too much than There Will Be Blood. I don't think anything compares to that. That is the Leo Messi of films, but you guys say Batman, so who knows? Christian Bale. Daniel Day-Lewis. I mean, tough to pick, It's tough. So one has 3 Oscars and is the record holder for best actor of all time, and the other's just a Welsh guy. So tough to pick. It's different eras. You guys are looking for something different.
What do you think's like the benchmark for greatest actor of all time or actress?
Daniel Day-Lewis, certainly.
No, but I mean, like, okay, so it's really cool that you've won 87 Oscars.
No, it's not about that though.
But that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, he's the benchmark. He is the all-time benchmark. I mean, people go. I think people get caught up in that we make this mistake all the time. Just because somebody's been around for long, we think they're great. It's not true. You can have. I'd rather have somebody have 5 sensational years in whatever they do than take like an average 30 years. That doesn't make you better than the sensational 5-year guy. So
then what about like Meryl Streep?
No, she's all time. That's well, I thought you were going to divide it actor actress. Okay, you weren't going there. Oh, tough to pick. I mean, she can go from Sophie's Choice, which if you haven't seen Godfather, you haven't seen Sophie's Choice, I'm pretty sure. To 101 Dalmatians, to Mamma Mia, to just unbelievable. No, Meryl Streep is Judi Dench, Meryl Streep, all timers.
What about
it's the range?
What about Robin Williams
compared to Meryl Streep?
No, I just mean look at his range though. He's got range.
Get out of here. He's not an actor. He's a comedian who transferred to screen. Meryl Streep.
That's a ridiculous statement.
You know what the issue is what have you seen that she's in? Like, I guess 101 Dalmatians, right?
Who?
Meryl Streep.
Yeah,
no, Robin Williams did not play Cruella de Vil. R.I.P. Robin Williams, all time comedian.
So I saw. Devil Wears Prada.
Mm-hmm.
I never watched Mamma Mia. No, I watched number 1 because
that's Pierce Brosnan, huh? Pierce Brosnan's in Mamma Mia as well. Very good. And I'm not into musicals. Sweeney Todd and that I liked.
What else? Yeah, Into the Woods.
Oh,
The Iron Lady. She was pretty good in.
Who? Meryl Streep. You're not gonna. It is unlikely to find anything she's awful in.
No, I'm not looking for anything she's awful in. You asked me what I've seen. I'm telling you.
No, but all-timer. Meryl Streep for sure. Oh, yeah. No, she's certainly in that echelon. I mean, there's obviously a few of them. But for me, she is what you want to be, and Daniel Day-Lewis is what you want to be.
Have you seen the Manchurian
Go ahead.
That's my bad. Manchurian Candidate. Sorry, I read it way too fast, and I forgot that it was.
I have seen it.
That's good stuff. No, I do think Robin Williams.
Or what do you think? What do you think is like a
a benchmark.
Yeah, because we're all biased, right? That's the nice thing about art.
I think, to me, the most important thing is probably versatility.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to sound quite ridiculous, and no one believes me when I say this. That's why I brought up Robin Williams. Jim Carrey is definitely up there.
All time?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen some behind-the-scenes stuff and some documentaries and stuff. And he's not just Dumb and Dumber. Like, he's capable of doing so much more, and I've seen that from like these behind the scenes things where like it shows him he in his words he leaves the planet,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how he sort of characterizes and he'll be in character for like 4 months or whatever it is, and I think that commitment to the craft of acting is incredible. So I think he's definitely up there.
Mm-hmm.
He is versatile. Not a lot of people know that he is. Again, he's not just Mr. Dumb and Dumber or Mr. Popper's Penguins or whatever. Like people must remember he was in Batman, and I know he played the Riddler, which was kind of like a sort of aloof role or like a sort of generic Jim Carrey role,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't really. It was very much more psychological than Dumb and Dumber was. That's just like two guys on a road trip that do stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Robin Williams, definitely. I feel like I don't have to say much. Yeah, he's a comic and a comedian, but just like his improv, his versatility also. He was obviously in Dead Poets Society, which again is also a sort of stretch from generic Robin Williams. He was also in, what was that other movie where he gives...
Jack.
Was it Jack?
Yeah, that's where he's the overgrown 5-year-old.
No, I'm talking about he's giving like a deep speech to, I think, Matt Damon or someone. What's that movie called? It's a famous movie. I know it is.
I know it's famous, James. I can't believe you know. So listen, that one, Ben Stiller, who's the guy who played Batman, not Christian Bale, the other guy, Ben, he married Jennifer Lopez.
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck and Matt Damon an Oscar in the film you're talking about. And yeah.
Good Will Hunting.
It is
the movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
That,
dude, I think that's exceptional. Like,
the height of film.
That was revolutionary in Hollywood.
Uh-huh.
It was huge because, like, here's this male character that's playing a female, and yeah, on the surface it's comedic, but just like the subtext behind that movie did. Who else? I feel like I'm missing an actress.
Oh, you don't have to be politically correct. You can just pick guys if you think men are the best actors. You don't have to feel compelled. Like, I don't feel compelled to pick Meryl Streep at all. And Judi Dench.
Judi Dench definitely up there.
Dame Judi Dench, have some respect.
Sorry.
Yeah. She did a documentary on how trees talk.
How trees talk.
Yeah. You never seen it?
Mm-mm.
You know what, I got to be honest with you. Me and Frimpong, if you don't know who Frimpong is, he used to play for Arsenal. We're big Dench fans.
Yeah.
Big Dench fans. He started a line called Dench. Now, Dench, of course, to the Mandem means you're awesome. It's also Judi Dench. He came out in an interview and talked about it. Big fan.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know who else? Johnny Depp.
Oh, all right. Let's move on. Okay, that's enough. We've spoken enough about actors. Johnny Depp.
Mm.
Oh my
God! No. Wait, hang on. Again, I base it on versatility.
I've always told people this. C-list actor, A-list star, and we make this mistake more and more often as people get popular. Stop it, James. We're moving on. I'm not having Johnny Depp. This is what gets YouTube channels taken down. People uttering Meryl Streep and Johnny Depp in the same echelon. We're done here, James. Let's move on.
But you're not giving me a chance to state my case.
No, because Johnny Depp, like we were having a nice conversation, and then you said Johnny Depp. We're done. I'm done. I refuse to invest in it. Stop it. We're moving on. There's sport to talk about. Now, James.
I'm just sad.
Yeah, Johnny Depp. I mean, good Lord. Now, James, yesterday you said something.
What did I say? Oh, well, I said many things. It was a 2-hour show, so.
You said Liverpool are going to win the league. Now, has that gotten a reaction from people who listen to the show? You better believe it.
I got a DM yesterday about it.
Oh, what, from a listener? I'm people were blown away. I said, listen, I work with James every day. I hear the ridiculous things 98% of the time, so I'm not shocked. But a lot of people saying, does James smoke the devil's lettuce? You know, I say a lot, but my friends in the, we have a football group. We're throwing it around there, you know? So I just want to let you know what's happening on the streets. And if you're going to be a big time journalist, you got to be able to take it. You know what I mean? The blowback is going to come once you make a prediction. Hey,
people weren't pleased, huh?
Well, not necessarily pleased. They just worried about your mental health and the sort of narcotics you're taking into your body. But James, you put an opinion out there.
Life.
Oh, Lord. You've said 2 ridiculous things and we're not even 15 minutes into the show.
I knew that would trigger you.
I'm high on life, says Johnny Depp aficionado, James Elsley, and a man who has said Liverpool are going to win the league. It's incredible stuff. James, you are really bringing it. Liverpool going to win the league, Johnny Depp being compared to Daniel Day-Lewis.
Hey, man.
And now you're high on life.
I've always said I'm not a sheep.
Oh, that's it, James.
I don't follow the crowd.
You don't need other people.
A wolf doesn't concern himself with the opinions of sheep, and neither does a lion. Because we had that conversation on what the right saying was.
Yeah, we did. And I mean, obviously, it's an indicator of a new generation. Is you are also pro-Maasai, because the Maasai sort of tribes, and by the way, not the only Kenyan tribe to people that live, the Maasais are just a Kenyan tribe, but they live with lions roaming amongst them, and people go, oh, what if the lions come and kill the people? Relax. They can kind of eat the cattle. That's how it goes. So it's an eco. No, it's the ecosystem, and they do live in and amongst one another. So, and no problemos from the Maasai people I've spoken to, that there's a natural balance between them and nature, and it's a fascinating thing. You got to watch you seen any of the documentaries, James? How they live?
No.
Oh, you don't watch nature documentaries? I can't remember. I remember you saying you're just not. Oh, I'm not that into nature. James said.
I can't think of something.
Do you remember when you said that? I'm not that into nature.
I'm not, though. And I stand by it. Hey, look, there's plants in the studio. Okay.
You're not that into it. Well, yeah. What do you?
I wonder how long that has been sitting there to turn into mulch.
What you into? More Jake Paul, that kind of stuff. Like, what's up? What's happening?
I'm getting a bit more into. I don't want to say this because I said it before the show.
No. You have to say it. I
said it before the show, and then you're just going to come at me.
I'm not. Speak your heart.
I'm more into things that make you think and philosophy things.
Okay. Hey, we can do. You're going to start teaching me about philosophers?
Well, tomorrow's tomorrow's Thursday, right?
Correct.
Tomorrow's educating MKT. So.
Teaser.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're into more philosophy podcasts, or what are we doing? Are we reading books?
So I kind of got into it after they had that compulsory class that I've told you about. There was a compulsory class. If you didn't pass it, you didn't get your degree.
Mm-hmm.
That whole thing. And that was more like the philosophy or psychology behind not just film, but just it was kind of like an introduction to psychology and philosophy. And I think the sort of reason why we were expected to take that class was to make almost like pretentious films. Like, I just want a film that makes you think, man. Like those kinds of films, you know? But that kind of stuff actually really interested me. And over the last sort of 2-3 years since I've been out of varsity, I've not only fallen out of film, but also out of touch of that stuff that used to interest me. So I started doing more reading on it, and especially now that I don't have Wi-Fi, I've been doing a lot more podcast listening and reading on like psychology and philosophy and stuff.
That's awesome.
Hmm.
It's good. It's good to
Interesting
understand yourself and your fellow man. It's a good start.
It's stimulating. It's more stimulating than I thought it would be though. Like, because I'm a guy that's like go with the flow and like life's not that serious. But like when you sit down and listen to one of these podcasts, like it's so stimulating. It's weird. It's a weird time.
Yeah, well, some people might say it makes sense. Philosophy, of course, the root of all thinking and ultimately all sciences. So yeah, it's bound to be, although you don't care about nature, so that's a boring science, which is basically everything around you.
Like I took biology in high school and we learned about the plant and the cell and the mitochondria and
so it doesn't interest you how you breathe and what's in the air and what hydrogen is?
Not really, no.
As long as it works, whatever.
Yeah, as long as I'm breathing.
No, fair enough. I hear you.
I think the closest I got to like hydrogen and what's in the air and all of that kind of stuff, Breaking Bad. Honestly, Breaking Bad, because I know that's more like chemistry, but it's also like the way things sort of react to each other.
Okay.
That was very, very badly put.
No. I think you said it right. Things react. I mean, you get a catalyst, and
yeah,
sure.
I think that's the closest I've come to. And then obviously the part where they make drugs. That's very chemistry. So that's probably the closest
that you've come to caring. The closest you've come to caring about nature.
Yeah, like I'm like okay. I honestly, I'm just like okay. Like the my significant other is super into it, and I'm just like it's not that I'm not into it. It's just I don't find any of it exciting or stimulating.
You are maybe the least Afrikaans guy in the world. You know
why? Because I'm not a boer.
Well, I didn't say that.
Wow, that's where you were going.
I mean,
I know you. That's where you were going.
I mean, let's move on here. I didn't say that sort of... James, we're living in troubled times in South Africa. I don't need to use such inflammatory language. I mean, we're just people.
I know you by
I don't
now.
see color, so...
Oh.
Yeah. So, wow. Okay, let's move on, because we're actually a sports show, and James is trying to divide a nation and possibly a universe by bringing race into it. When I wasn't going to. But, Afrikaans people are more than just farmers.
That's a lie.
And that's that.
You're such a lie.
Not on this show.
I know you. I know where you were going with that.
Let's draw a line right now. Not today. Not on this show, James. Not in my name. For shame, sir. For shame. All right. Listen, we're going to talk a little Jose Mourinho today. I'll talk Bukayo Saka. And I'll tell you 3 transfers that I think, if they happen, they will change the landscape of all of our lives, right? Because ultimately, if you're honest with yourself, a large part of your happiness is related to how your football team does over the next 9 months. Let's be let's cut out the I'm deeper and I'm better than everyone else nonsense. You're not.
It's very true.
And I'm saying that because that's called transference right there. And a little projection is because if Chelsea don't win, my life's ruined. I presume everyone else's life is ruined if their football club sucks. I just presume that. I'm right. I don't actually presume that. That's true. So we're going to talk about the 3 transfers that'll change possibly the next 9 months of your life. The relationships may end. Relationships may start because of it. You never know. When your team's doing well, probably go over for a barbecue at your friend's house. If not, probably not going to go. You never know. Your dream lady, your dream guy is at that barbecue. Bri, you miss that. You miss out on an opportunity of love. So this is how you don't even realize that your football team controls the rest of your life, the destiny of your happiness. That's real life. That's real talk. Let's get into it. Going to start off with Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho is currently the Roma manager, right? But before we get into that, listen here. Let me tell you something. So I don't live like a lavish life. Mostly because I don't have the money. I've tried to find a partner who is so wealthy. after a first divorce maybe is always preferable. But even if they just have a trust fund, I'm okay. I'm not picky. Like whatever. And it hasn't worked out so far. But one thing I say to people all the time, it's very tough to go from single origin specialty roasted coffee to re-coffee or any other instant coffee. It's tough to go back. It's tough. I don't know what you want from me. Once you've had the best, generally in life, nothing's good enough from there. Once you've had the best, generally in life, nothing else is good enough from there. I refuse to drink coffee that isn't proper. Don't invite me to, I don't know, a chain store, coffee store. No, thank you. I can come to my house. I can make you a better cup of coffee at home. I'm all about quality. It's very difficult to go back. Very, very difficult. I mean, if you've had a nice German car, like a BMW, it's very difficult to go back to a Toyota, surely. Now, I've never done that transition. I don't even have a car. But I can tell you right now, I do know comforts. I've had comforts before, and I've had no comforts. It is incredibly tough stuff. Jose Mourinho at Roma is going to be a disaster. It's going to be a disaster of all disasters. Nothing about it makes sense. We've all seen people and said, what is she doing with him? What is he doing with her? We can all see it. We can all see it. Jose Mourinho, top 3 managers of all time, certainly. What is he doing? What is he doing? It's not even about Roma. Forget Roma for a second. Serie A is the 3rd best league in Europe. It's really the Juventus Invitational. It's the Bundesliga with better pasta. That's all it is. It's the Juventus Invitational. 9 years in a row, Inter have now come and interrupted it. That's all it is. That's all it is. You take out the Calciopoli, it's probably 13, 14, 15 years in a row of Juventus. So listen, it's not Liga, it's not Tin Pot, it's not Farmers League, but it's close. It's super, super close. What is Mourinho doing at Roma? And people say, yes, Jose 20 wanted it Inter. What about that? That was 10, 11 years ago. That was a decade ago in football years. That's 50 years ago. It's a different lifetime. VAR wasn't even a concept. Hannah Montana was still on TV, I think, back then. Most of you don't know what Hannah Montana is because it's 10 years ago. Listen, let me tell you how ridiculous it is to use 2010 as an example. Bafana were in a World Cup. That statement alone, how ridiculous is that? Bafana were in a World Cup last time Jose Mourinho won a title. That lets you know how mental it is, right? It's 10, 11 years ago. Different world, different time. Completely different world, different time. Listen, Roma the last 3 seasons, let's get to them. 6th, 5th, 7th. You know what that tells me is Roma aren't ready to win. They need a rebuild. And if there's one thing about Jose Mourinho, he doesn't do rebuilds. We know that. Because how do I know that? I've got evidence. Manchester United needed a rebuild. It bombed. Tottenham needed a rebuild. It lasted 8 months. Go and look at Mourinho's record. Nowhere else has he been fired before time. 2nd, 3rd season, yes, he wears people out. That's okay. But every time there's a rebuild to be done, no go. Oh, no way, Jose. Every time there's a rebuild. Go and look at it. Spurs United, right? Those are the examples. Chelsea, smashed it out the park. Real Madrid, smashed it out the park. Inter Milan, smashed it out the park. Why? Because he got there. He got apex predators around him. He had leadership. He had proper winners. Let's do this thing. Let's do this thing. So it doesn't work. It's already a disaster there. Roma the last 3 seasons, 6th, 5th, 7th. They need a rebuild. They're not ready to win. That doesn't work for Jose Mourinho. Folks, it's so difficult to say this. For some people, not for me. I don't go to MIT. I don't go to Harvard to go and work at my cousin's startup. Sorry. UCT business graduates Cian Spore graduates, they want to work at HSBC, at Merrill Lynch. That's where they want to work. You don't go to Oxford, right, to go and write for someone's blog. You want to be at the Huffington Post, right? That's what you want to do. And it becomes very frustrating because there is nothing more frustrating than talented people trapped by poor culture. There's nothing more frustrating, and it doesn't work for the other people in the room, because what's going to happen is Jose Mourinho is going to be unbelievably demanding because he's going to presume people want to win. Everybody in life says they want to win until you get in the room and there are people who actually want to win, and winners are demanding. They are demanding, and not when it's convenient for you. Winners are demanding all the time. Not everybody wants to win. Some people want to enjoy life. Not everybody wants to be an investment banker, right? And work 15, 18 hours a day. Not everybody wants to do that. Everybody wants to criticize that, but not everybody wants to do that. Not everybody wants to win. What you say and what you do is not the same thing. Jose Mourinho went to Man United and thought they wanted to win. He was wrong. They said they want to win. He went to Tottenham. They said they want to win. And Jose said, here's how you win. Nah, we don't like that. We want to win, but our way. That doesn't work. It's simple. Listen, everybody here has had a partner to pick in life, has an issue with mom or dad, because your mom or dad is too driven, too demanding. And conversations that happen behind closed doors, folks, our parents will never let us know this. But I'm telling you, is you will have a father or a mother who's going, I wish he had more drive. She had more drive. They won't tell you, but I'm telling you it's happening. Because I have conversations with people who are parents and they tell me, I wish my child had X. Winning's not for everybody. It's an ugly business. Because winners don't really care about feelings. And people who want to enjoy things care about feelings. Roma right now in a rebuild, they want to enjoy football. Otherwise, they would have been winning. Mourinho's in the wrong place. What he is a Harvard graduate working at a startup. It's going to be a disaster. And what it speaks to now, because it's 3 in a row. Jose is getting desperate. And I think we're starting to... For me, this is the end. This is the end of Jose. I thought he should have never gone to Man United. He was far... They were crossing paths. United were on the way down and Jose was still on the way up. He should have never gone to United. It was desperate. He should have never gone to Tottenham Hotspur. It was desperate. It was ugly. This is the crescendo. This is the worst of the moves. Nothing about Roma, says Jose Mourinho, and nothing about Jose Mourinho, says Roma. Folks, it's hard to pick a good partner because we get desperate. People get lonely. What if they forget about me? These managers are ego animals. Mourinho doesn't want to be forgotten. He loves the limelight. He wants to be a part of the football conversation. He couldn't wait. Bayern Munich, occupied. Real Madrid, probably didn't work out. He's been there already. And we know Jose has the scorched earth policy. It's never going to really be left open. The Chelsea thing is an anomaly. I don't see him going back to Inter in the future. I don't see him going back to Real Madrid in the future. And probably not even Porto. He'd never do that. It makes me sad. This is the end of Jose Mourinho. He won't last the season. Not because he's not a great manager, but because he will be demanding and make people very uncomfortable at Roma. The quality of the players won't be there. They're talking about Granit Xhaka going there now. So that lets you know everything. Folks, it's over and it's sad. I love Jose Mourinho. He's done a lot for my life and for Chelsea. I love Jose Mourinho. But it's over. As the great Jose Mourinho says, no eggs, no omelette. And also you can have the eggs, but the quality of the eggs determine the quality of the omelette. Not my words, Jose Mourinho. It's over, overs. I'm very, very sad. Genuinely sad. It is the end of a great man, and ultimately the end and the close of a magnificent football chapter. Nothing about this move makes sense. James, you hate Jose Mourinho.
Hate's a strong word.
You do hate Jose. Is that because he's made your adolescence, largely speaking, horrible by destroying Liverpool?
What?
So from about, how old were you when Jose was just dominating? 2004, 2004 to 2007. How old were you?
I was about 7.
7. Oh, yeah. So it's childhood trauma, PTSD, because from then and then he's calling Benitez he's talking about, he's fat shaming Rafa Benitez. I mean, it's been a nightmare for you with Jose.
Look, with Jose, I know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's the end of an era, though. I think he's still got some stuff left in the tank.
I think he's got some juice. See,
I don't think this modern day Premier League for Jose Mourinho works. That's what I think the issue is. Is he tried at Man United, he tried at Tottenham. I don't think this sort of modern English football is his kind of thing.
do you think it's the players? Do you think it's his tactics? Like, what do you mean?
Because the Premier League is so competitive, no, wait, hang on. Let me switch that around. The Premier League is so competitive because there is so much, is the word adaptability? Because, I mean, like 1 week you could have a Manchester City side that has a couple of star players here and there. Then the next week it's a full-on side that costs more than anything in the world. It's their full-strength squad. And it's the same at, I'd say, like maybe Tottenham, except on a smaller scale. So there's like so much sort of, I don't know what the word is.
So do you think the fact that guys are like more swag now, you know? So it's just how it is. Like if you look at Mourinho's teams, right? So you look at the Porto team, it's guys like George Costa, Eleni Chev, early Deco, Rui Faria in goal, Carlos Alberto.
Yeah.
I don't want to say Benny, but Benny was there, and he was a part of that great double and treble winning sides at Porto. But there was strong men, grown ups.
They were pros.
Then you come to Chelsea. I mean, Terry. I mean, you even look at the signings he had: Cech, Terry, Lampard, Drogba, Essien. Those are grown men.
Yeah.
Right from early. Yeah. Gallas. These are people who sharks. Not like let's all get along. Let's get on Instagram types. You know. In fact, those got weeded out pretty quickly. Him and Arjen Robben fell out. Arjen Robben only played 2 seasons at Chelsea because of Mourinho, but just Mourinho couldn't tolerate. So I'll tell you the story. This is the guy you're dealing with. Not sure if you know this. Arjen Robben refused to play unless he was 100%. All right? And Mourinho just lost it with him in season 2. Arjen Robben, hey? Boom, gone after 2 seasons. And let me tell you something. Ryan Giggs, I think 98 or the 99 season, both those seasons, sort of 97, 98 or 98, 99, is probably the greatest force of nature I've ever seen in the Premier League. Just like, okay, that's mental. That person there is not human. Because Ryan Giggs, listen, he's up to some stuff now, which obviously will get him, if true, let's cancel him. Because that's awful. But I think because we live in that world, is Ryan Giggs has been reduced. People think Cristiano Ronaldo was a force of nature. Let me tell you something. Ryan Giggs for 5 years was the star player at Manchester United in the greatest era of English football. He was, from the age of, I'd say, 19 until 25, 26, it was scary to see what this guy was, right? Like a proper force of nature. And Arjen Robben for 1 season was Ryan Giggs level. He was, and that I saw live as well. So I was season ticket holder, and I had a mid-row seat of, I believe, the greatest force the modern Premier League has seen outside of Thierry Henry. He was unplayable for that second season. His second season was unbelievable. Mourinho, get the hell out of here. If you're not going to play grown up, let's go to Inter. You know, you're talking Zanetti. You're talking Materazzi. I mean, that is a team of just the highest order. Melito, Schneider. Those are grown-ups. Those are like Mourinho needs Rolls Royces. Rolls Royce. No, like he doesn't strike me as the type of guy who's check up on people. Whereas you hate to pick out these two examples, but they're very similar if you're observing them. Dele Alli and Paul Pogba, a big part of their life is how they're perceived in the media, not just in the football world. And both of them, it was clear. There's that's not going to work. And it's a new time. Luke Shaw as well, like not into football, you know? Like Luke Shaw's come out and said, I used to come into seasons out of shape. And yes, he did break his leg. He had that awful leg break, nearly lost his leg. But ultimately, I mean, what does that mean? There's been lots of people break their legs and come back and not be... Luke Shaw's still overweight, by the way. I don't know how he does it, but that clashed with Mourinho. You know, do you understand what the type of guy you're dealing with here is? He's on all the time. And I don't know if that's for swag kids, James.
I don't think so. I think he does struggle to sort of cope with these Instagram footballers because like you say, he came up in football during a time where he was managing these pros and these sort of hardcore players. I think the most hardcore player Mourinho's managed in the last, I'd say, like 5-6 years was probably Sissoko at Tottenham in the midfield. Because I mean, he can go in for a tackle when he wants to. Yeah. I think that's what he struggles with. And in Italy, I think the football is still sort of catching up with the rest of the world. You know, it's still seen as that like sort of classy classic league, right? With Juve and Inter and stuff like that. But even now you can see like Inter released their new home kit for next season. Dude.
Oh, it's flames.
It looks so fire.
I'm probably going to buy that kit, actually. But
yeah, they got no
proper Inter. I do. I love the Nerazzurri. But they got no proper like Inter players. So I don't buy a shirt unless the guys from the academy.
So yeah, I mean, the kits that are being released says a lot about the direction that league's going in. But again, I still feel like it's that sort of classy, classic kind of football league where there are still some pros. Like, can't remember. The Roma captain, what's his name? He retired not even that long ago. What's his name again?
Totti.
Yes.
Okay.
Dude.
Can't believe you forget French. Yeah.
That man in an era of football that we're in only retired not so long ago. I think it was like 2-3 seasons ago.
No, he's a living god.
But that's the thing. Players like that are still playing in that league. Pirlo wasn't there that long ago. Gianluigi Buffon wasn't there that long ago. He's a goalkeeper, but
he's
still
he's a
all-timer, that kind of player, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Chiellini's in that league, Bonucci, both of them.
Yeah,
just pros, all time. Like sink your shin into that dude's left knee. And so I think maybe that explains a bit behind the move. Again, the Premier League's too diverse in terms of tactics and adaptability and
so you're saying Jose's fallen off on the coaching front? You think that like the Catenaccio defensive style of Italy is going to work a little better for Jose?
Yeah, I think again, I think he works better with pros and not all timers, but again, pros, not Instagram footballers. Like imagine the relationship between Kylian Mbappe and Jose Mourinho. Everyone knows.
Although Mbappe actually, you know what I like about him?
He's kind of a professional, huh?
Yeah, I don't get the Pogba vibe of him. He's just famous because he's brilliant.
Yeah, and he's a youngster.
The other way around for Pogba is you actually, like you look at his body of work at United, see, the press machine's hectic though. Like I kind of feel like Kylian Mbappe is just just balling out. I never see him with an agent in public, because he could have made the PSG Real Madrid thing ugly to try and get more money, whatever, Like, he just handles his stuff. Unless I'm wrong, I've never heard of Mbappe coming out and talking about whatever it is. And maybe to me, he doesn't have that personality. I actually think he's like super down to earth. A friend of mine saw him in Ibiza 3 days ago, speaking of Mbappe. And yeah, so I got to defend Mbappe there. I think that might work.
Yeah, I think maybe Mbappe is.
But I know what you mean. Like
imagine, a Neymar or a,
no, it's non-starter.
Exactly.
No. Neymar's the final level. That doesn't work.
So
from the beginning.
Yeah, I just think Mourinho's sort of back there in maybe roughly 2003 to 2000, I'd say maybe 7, maybe 8.
It's tough because, Jose Mourinho doesn't give anyone a break. I'm not sure if you heard of a guy called Cristiano Ronaldo.
Who's he again?
Yeah, they don't talk. So when he left, there's a very famous video. Go and look it up. In the tunnel. It was the end of the season. I think it was the season. I think it was the season Mourinho left at the end of that season. And yeah, they standing in the tunnel, but like Ronaldo is clearly standing on the other side. Yeah, they don't talk. So Mourinho doesn't give breaks. Jose Mourinho, Iker Casillas, heard that name before?
I think he played for Real once.
Okay, you think it's come up?
Yeah.
Guy was slightly late for practice, and he dropped him for like the season.
Oh my gosh.
There was a time when Real Madrid were playing their second keeper because Iker Casillas was late for training.
Wow.
So you see, he doesn't, like you're saying, I think you're making a good point there, James, is that Jose doesn't give breaks. Like, he doesn't want to hear your Cristiano Ronaldo. And there's another good example of what you're saying is like, I love Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo's a unicorn. There's no amount of PR, like pushing, right, that'll ever outmatch his ability. Do you know what I mean? Like Ronaldo could be Kim Kardashian. He actually doesn't do enough PR. Because, you know what? I'll tolerate anything Cristiano Ronaldo does.
I don't think Cristiano Ronaldo and Jose Mourinho are a good sort of example. I think that video you're talking about is very much played out by the media.
No, but that's a real situation, by the way. They don't talk.
But the thing is, like, Cristiano's all about intensity. Like, if anybody knows Cristiano, they know he's about the, man, you got to put in the time. My children don't drink Coke. You, like, after a game, I have to.
Yeah, but he's also about the Instagram. Like, you see, you can have that, which is why I said he's a unicorn, because most people are either Neymar or they're either Roy Keane. You know what I mean? Like, you're either Chiellini or you're like Haaland. You know what I'm saying? So Ronaldo has that Pogba thing in him. It's just that he's got the credit in the bank, which is why I'm saying he's a unicorn. Like,
yeah, I suppose
not everybody's Sergio Ramos.
Yeah,
Sergio Ramos is on fleek on social media. The look, the hair, the tattoos, and he's, I would say, the greatest defender of this generation. Like, those are unicorns. It's like LeBron James. These guys, like LeBron is insane on social media, and he's the greatest basketball player of all time. So those guys are unicorns because talented people are not always driven.
Yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo, though, because he also has that Pogba side, and that didn't work for Mourinho. Because Ronaldo probably wants a break, maybe go do an advert. I want to duck out of training early. It happens all the time in football, by the way. Like, if guys have promo adverts, they'll duck out of training, miss meetings. Mourinho probably wasn't what are you talking about? I'm doing an Instagram launch. We got defensive set piece practice. I'm Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay, good. I'll see you at 2:15. Good for you. You know what I mean? Whereas I would say the youngsters nowadays probably want that treatment, or like you're saying, is like, I don't know. I don't know if it's what you're saying. For me, I think Mourinho is so hardcore that I just don't think it's going to work. And I'm seeing the evidence, like Pogba and Dele Alli. I don't believe in coincidences.
Yeah, no, he's definitely very hardcore. I think there's managers that are hardcore and, have been in the game, for lack of a better word, for a long time and have been able to adapt. Like, Pep went from managing Iniesta, Xavi, Messi, Busquets, PK, like all of these pros, right? Now that I think about it, most of them are still at Barcelona. He went, make it sound like they played 20 years ago.
Although it's a long time ago. Xavi's retired. The only one left is
Messi, Busquets.
and Jordi Alba.
There you go. Yeah. Anyway, so like,
Gotta say it with your throat.
oh my gosh.
Jordi Alba.
Pep went from managing that kind of
Squat.
mentality
Mm-hmm.
To managing players that are of a different sort of generation, a very sort of different setup and upbringing at Man City.
And Bayern before that. He had some youngsters there.
Yeah, he did. I think Bayern was also still more sort of the old ways, but also kind of starting to shift.
Mm-hmm.
And Pep's managed to stick with the times. One, I think, is it 4 titles in 5 years or 5 titles in whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Still winning silverware. Almost won a Champions League.
I mean, you're not going to beat Kai Havertz and Mason Mount, but yeah, I hear you.
Just brings me great joy. Jurgen Klopp, also the same. He went from a sort of very traditional German Bundesliga side to, I mean, I don't know what he was like at Mainz, or what the Mainz squad was like, but very traditional German Bundesliga side to a Liverpool side where a lot of youngsters have come through and sort of shown face, and some of them are capable of being very sort of Instagrammy, and you know who I am. But I think the club, as well as Jurgen, take over that more. So Liverpool's very much a, like you always say, you're not more than Liverpool.
Sure.
Not on the level of Manchester United like it used to be with Alex Ferguson, but there's like a Liverpool way and that kind of vibe, you know what I mean? And I think those managers have adapted to it. If you can prove yourself on the field, I think that's how they've adapted to it. If you can prove yourself on the field, go to your Instagram launch, just as long as it's not during our set piece practice or whatever.
I hear you. Yeah, listen, it's a Jose problem, and for me, it's done. You can't. Listen, if you get in 3 bad relationships in a row in life, okay, that's your problem. Like, first one, I forgive you. Second one, all right, maybe she was crazy. You were crazy. You're carrying a bit of baggage. Third bad relationship, stop it. And it makes me sad. I think Jose is done. All right.
No way, Jose.
No way, Jose. All right, listen, James, we got a poll.
We do have a poll, and not a Polish person.
No.
That joke's getting very old. I think we should stop making it.
Well, you made it.
I did. I apologize.
Okay. No, that's fine. I mean,
maybe I'll
see. That's the problem, is that you said you're the funny. You are very funny when I first met you, and that's the kind of stuff I'm doing.
You know how we can switch this up?
Yeah, let's do it.
On the F1 shows, James, we have a poll.
Oh,
and I'm not talking about
who's in first place.
Lewis Hamilton or whatever, you know?
Sir Lewis, yeah, and he's not in pole anymore.
No, he's not.
No, he's never getting the pole.
My boy Max, son.
Verstappen.
My boy, dude.
Yes.
All right,
I'm Dutch. Is that Fiat?
Yeah, a little bit.
Awesome pause.
Did you see that asked Lando Norris on Sky Sports F1 on their Instagram? They posted a clip where they asked Lando Norris, they say, is it coming home? Because obviously Lando Norris is British.
Mm-hmm.
It was the day after the final, I think.
Okay.
And they asked him, is it coming home, about the F1 championship? Like, is Lando Norris winning it? And then he was like, nah, I think it's going to the Dutch. And he did like this whole funny sort of
I didn't see
spin on it. It's quite clever.
Good for him.
Anyway, we have a poll
Mm-hmm.
on Cliff C Sport on the tweets. Your poll for today is, should England keep Gareth Southgate? James, what are my options, is what you're asking.
It's killing me.
I'll tell you. Option number 1, yes. Nice waistcoat too. Option number 2 is no, sack his tailor too. And option number 3, who cares? # it's going Rome. Should have said it's gone Rome. Because that could also be like gone wrong. No, it couldn't. That's terrible. That's your poll. Cliff C Sport currently in the lead is no sack his Taylor 2. So that means sack him? Yeah. Yes. He's currently in the lead. People want him to be sacked.
Okay.
Followed by yes, they should keep him. And then followed by who cares? Hashtag it's going Rome.
So people are saying no.
Yeah.
Sack him.
Uh,
So what's winning? Yes or no?
Should England keep Gareth Southgate? So no is winning. They shouldn't keep him.
People are saying get the hell out of here.
Yes.
What percentage?
That is 50%. Yes, keep him is 37.5% and 12.5%. Who cares? Hashtag it's going Rome.
Gareth Southgate, huh?
Also, just a notification I got right now. Umbelelo G just followed us on Twitter.
Feels good. That feels good. It's good to be followed. It's good. Jose Mourinho wouldn't like that, though, that you celebrated anything to do with social media.
Don't be a sheep. Except when it comes to our social medias. Follow us all the way.
Yeah, everywhere. Cliffsy Sport, otherwise Cliff Central Sport. All right. So that's the poll, huh?
That is the poll. Should England keep Gareth Southgate? Cliff C Sport on Twitter. Let us know what you think.
Or if you don't think, just vote.
Yeah.
Most people don't think. They just vote.
Go eeny, meeny, miny this one.
It's just nice to be a part of something bigger than you.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you want to get involved in it?
Do it for the cause.
Do it for the peeps on the street.
No, the tweeps.
Tweeps.
Tweeps, yeah, tweeps.
Oh, the tweeps. Is that...
Yeah, that's a thing. That is a thing.
Is that like influencers? Like, hey, tweeps.
Yeah, it's people on Twitter. Hey, tweeps.
I see. Oh, buy this protein shake.
Yeah.
What do people sell on Twitter now? Like those. What are influencers up to at the moment? Watches?
There was a time where it was very much teeth whitening stuff.
Yeah. Do you know what it is? I know. Online trading. It's very annoying.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
That's what's hot right now. Oh, plus 500.
Yeah. Or this video is sponsored by Honey. Get $50 off of your purchase. Here's how it works. And then they go into like a 4-minute explainer video before the actual video. And it's like, oh my God.
Well, like, I don't mind the advertising, because how do you expect them to pay for it? It's the influencers I don't like. I'm not big into influencers. I'll probably become an influencer myself if my career lasts 10 years, though. You know what I mean? Yeah, because if I stick around 10 years, just through, even if I'm not very good, just through sheer force of will, do you know what I mean? Just hanging around, my profile will grow enough for me to be an influencer, and then I'll be a hypocrite. I'm happy to be a hypocrite sitting in a palace. You know what I mean?
In the words of millennials, wow, my brain just kind of stopped.
It's okay.
The hamster was running, and then he just kind of
To me, this is how you normally are. So I'm not noticing a difference.
In the words of millennials, okay, boomer. Oh, that felt so cringy to say. Like, I've actually got goosebumps from cringe. That was terrible.
You are a millennial, though. So it's like, I think like every millennial gets so satisfied when they're like, okay, boomer. And then they have to get a job, and they actually have to work for a boomer. Do you know what I mean?
It's so cringe to say, dude.
It is cool to be cool on social media, but it must kill millennials that they have to work for like the greatest generation of all time, or what's it? What am I? Millennial.
You are a millennial, yes.
So what? No. You know who the okay boomers are? It's you guys, Gen Zs. It's not millennials.
Oh.
Gen Z is the one that's like, I don't need to work in an office. I can just travel and work.
Oh, I hate everything.
I've got what are the big businesses in your world, James? Like, besides the trust fund kids who pretend to actually be entrepreneurs, you know? Like, I mean, what kind of companies are people starting?
Drop shipping's a big thing.
Drop shipping?
Yeah, and e-commerce.
E-commerce, and what's the other one? They love to do
obviously crypto.
But like vegan companies, you know, like healthy food, or like vegan restaurants, or like a vegan truck.
Yeah, and even if it's not like a vegan place to eat or drink or whatever, it's the packaging is sourced from the outer Amazon rainforest, and it's only sourced from trees that we're going to die anyway in 2 days. So they cut those ones down.
All right. Okay, we can take a little break. Jeez. Influencers, who knew? All right, Jimbo, give us some outro music. If you are with us on YouTube, please click like on the video. If you are in the Republic of South Africa, particularly, but not only, in KwaZulu-Natal, I don't know what because I'm not a PC person, I don't know what the correct thing to say, because whenever I hear people saying, my thoughts are with you, I know it's polite, but does that help people? And I know there are people actually living in KwaZulu-Natal. So, I mean, I want to kind of be as transparent and as open as possible and say, I just hope, if only for 2 hours, this show is some sort of mental vacation for you, because people are going through stuff right now. And I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be, my thoughts are with you. And that doesn't mean anything. So I don't know what the authentic right thing to say is. And I don't think there's a right thing to say in such a chaotic disaster. But if these 2 hours are awesome for you, if it's just these 2 hours, that's awesome. I hope they are. I hope this is a cool mental vacation. Please send us messages. I'm at MKT Inspires on social media. He's James Ilsley. You'll have to find that because he's got 6 handles for 13 sort of I don't know, social media platforms. I've stopped giving out his handle. It's impossible to remember. If you're with us on YouTube, please click like. If you are, of course, looking for the podcast, you may be looking for Cliff Central Sport. Keep in mind, it is actually the MKT Show. That's Mike Kilo Tango, the MKT Show. You can get that on cliffcentral.com, the Cliff Central app, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. And remember, if you're on Apple Podcasts, please make sure to give us a comment. Just comment 5 stars, and then we keep this thing moving. All right. Take a little break. This is the MKT Show. See you in a bit. Part of that great Porto team at number 2, Ricardo Ricky Carvalho. Superb hair as well. Superb hair. The complete defender. And an absolute monster coming out from the back. At number 1, I don't think it's... everyone knows who it is. But he's the most professional player of all time. Everything about him screams professional. This is how to take all of your ability and ensure that you leave nothing to chance. You leave nothing to chance. I said yesterday, this is a role model. Leo Messi is not a role model. Nobody can be Leo Messi again. Nobody can be Messi. Ronaldo is a role model. All work, all attention to detail, good decisions, seeking mentorship. He learned at Manchester United how to be the guy. He chose his agent cleverly. He made his business moves brilliantly. He's the most professional player football has ever had. He's the best player at Manchester United. He's the best player Man United have ever had. He's the best player Real Madrid have ever had. I don't know how many people can say that in any business in the world. I don't know if anybody goes from HSBC and goes to Merrill Lynch and is the best employee they've ever had, because those are 2 top 5 sporting institutions in the history of mankind, and he's the best to ever do it at both. That is sensational. That is sensational. You don't believe me, folks? They still sing it at the Stretford end. The MKT Show, we're back. We have returned. Like Batman. I think he returned in a movie.
I'm Batman.
Is that Christian Bale?
Yeah. So he sounds like I'm Batman.
Christian Bale. Saw a very funny Family Guy yesterday where Noah was taking animals 2 by 2, but in the Family Guy episode, they were badly paired. Right, so the room arrangement was terrible. So he said the lions with next to the baby antelopes, whatever. Oh, the crocodiles. What did he say? The crocodiles next to something that they eat as well. And then he said Christian Bale with a nervous cameraman.
He had that whole breakdown on set, huh?
Peter Griffin, very good. The cameraman goes, "Oh, Christian, it looks like we're together." And he goes, "Oh, good for you, good for you." So Family Guy, personal favorite.
That's
I like
good
that.
stuff.
I like anything that isn't PC and pokes fun at people who just cannot take any pushback. A very, very funny show that.
I actually saw the first bit of sort of satirical comedy aimed towards COVID last night.
Oh, let's hear it. So, I mean, Family Guy's been doing it for a while, but okay.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I was also watching Family Guy. And I didn't know how old the season I was watching was. And I didn't have the data to Google it. So I was just kind of watching it. And I was wondering, and I found out this morning. Anyway, they made a joke or a sort of reference to COVID. They were in like a pancake. If nobody's ever watched Family Guy, they must think we've watched the most bizarre show. They were at like a pancake hospital.
Okay.
And these EMS people were bringing in like pancakes on a bed.
I've seen this, yeah.
Doctor, the pancakes burnt on the edges. And he's like, tell the family he's going to lose the crust. And then he wheels them on. And the next one comes and they do another thing. And then a nurse runs up to the doctor. And the nurse says, Dr. Pancakes aren't actually patients. We need these beds for COVID. I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah, it's very good. We're going to lose the crust. Yeah, Family Guy's the next level. It's not for everyone. It's very much a dude show.
Yeah,
a friend of mine's made me realize, so I try to get her into it because she's got a wicked sense of humor, but she's like, it's because it is very... A lot of the stuff is like misogyny jokes.
Yeah.
Men are better than women, and I think he always pushes that, even in American Dad, which is sensational. Roger is just sensational.
Does Seth MacFarlane also do American Dad?
Yeah, that's his show.
Oh,
So, yeah, he does the voice for Stan and the alien, and a few other voices. But I mean, in Family Guy, he does
Brian.
He does Peter. He does Quagmire.
I think
he does the father.
I think he does Stewie also.
Peter Schmidt, Stewie. He does the Doctor, who's outrageous.
Yeah.
So anyway, he's very, very good.
Very good show.
Seth MacFarlane. Ted was good as well.
Have you seen
I've only seen the first one though.
The Graham Norton show? He does the character voices on the Graham Norton show.
Oh no.
There's a clip of it. You must go watch it. Everybody like loses their minds because he just kind of like switches to it.
Yeah.
And people don't expect it.
Well, I've watched a lot of the table readings, and he's
okay.
So it's kind of the same thing.
You just they were talking about him doing the voices, if I remember correctly, and then he's busy explaining something about doing the voices or whatever, and then he just kind of like switches to it, and everybody's just like bursts out laughing because it's the most bizarre, hilarious thing. It's so good.
No, he is out of hand. Very, very, very funny.
Good stuff. It's the thing I love about Family Guy and these sort of adult animations is, it sounds naughty, adult animations. I like that they push the envelope. As cliche as it sounds, like, yeah, we're all in lockdown level 81, and that country's in lockdown level 3, and that one's in, like, we're all going through sort of similar things.
Yeah,
and like putting that on or putting on. I'm sure I don't watch The Simpsons much, but I'm sure there's also a couple of stabs here and there. But Family Guy's very much open about their stuff. Like, they make stabs at Fox blatantly. Like, that's what I love about it. Like, it's just...
listen, the Simpsons, and they've done an episode, and every now and then he'll reference, because actually the formats are the same, like Drunken Dab.
Yeah.
Anyway, they've always referenced, and there's been a crossover episode I thought which was brilliant between The Simpsons and Eventually, because that was a bit rough for a while. But Matt Groening all timer, because The Simpsons is also just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Just
I love that stuff.
And it's for two separate types of viewers, I think. But both brilliant. Both absolutely. Oh man, do I love Matt Groening? I mean, Bender is one of the greatest characters. Right? Yeah.
And Futurama.
Yeah, no. Like Bender is one of the greatest characters.
Very clever.
And the way he does, I think he does better social commentary on Futurama than he does on The Simpsons.
Yes.
Maybe because there's been 20 seasons and he's got a Scientologist as Lisa's voice. But yeah, I don't know how that's linked. But yeah, it's Hollywood. Everyone's a Scientologist. But yeah, no, very good. I do like those. I do like that animation. And I find myself watching that a lot instead of watching. Like, I have Netflix now. Why don't I watch more stuff? I'm stuck.
The thing with those kind of shows for me is like it's a great opportunity for me to sit there and like turn off and just like watch this mindless stuff about how Peter gets killed or whatever happens, right? It's the most bizarre things. But then it's also like you can even watch it when you're not in the mood to be sort of dead-brained. Like you can watch it when you want to be stimulated because it makes jokes about like society or whatever it is, and like that makes you laugh. So like you can watch it in so many different instances. I watched a lot of Family Guy last night, and season 19 for the first time, and a lot of it was just like top quality stuff, dude.
It is top end. Like, how does he figure out so much stuff for Peter to do,
dude?
Like the Peter copter was a thing for a while, and then there's always something.
And then they always throw in like a relatable cutaway. Like last night on the one episode, he was talking about we call it glad wrap, but they call in America.
I know exactly the episode.
They call it saran wrap in America, right? Yeah. And he's like in the kitchen. And he says this is more difficult than using saran wrap, and then it goes to a cutaway of him in the kitchen trying to glad wrap food. And he like it's the most drawn out, elaborated cutaway I've ever seen. It lasts for probably like 5 to 7 minutes of him just trying to get to grips with this glad wrap, and it's like that's so relatable. Honestly,
you seen Archer?
Watched the first couple of episodes, found it. I don't know if I like it, if it was the animation style I didn't like. It was funny. It had its moments, but
yeah, it's funny that it's the same guy as Bob's Burgers doing the voice. You know, you ever seen Bob's Burgers? Also, like more off-center, but it's like completely two different sort of spectrums of comedy. What else is in that adult world? Brickleberry's in that.
Bob's Burgers, yeah.
Yeah, Brickleberry's quite funny.
Paradise PD is also kind of good.
I haven't seen that. I don't really get... Do you know what I sound like now? Like really the working guy. And I don't have time to watch new stuff now. Just because work's insane right now. So... I need to watch new stuff, but I always just find out like when I do have time, because I like to make time. Like I have forced times in my week where I refuse. It's over. It's me time. But I always fall back to the old stuff just because like I know that's going to be a hit. Because I kind of feel like if I watch something and it's not a hit, like what a waste. I only have like 3 or 4 hours a week where I can actually watch stuff or just do stuff for me.
Yeah.
And if it's a miss, I'm going to hate myself.
For sure. Yeah,
you know?
I'm the same. So, like, especially over the last sort of 2 or week or so where I haven't had Wi-Fi, I've been very cautious about what I've watched. Because, like, I'm already kind of bored about watching stuff and not doing other things with the Wi-Fi and stuff like that. It sounded weird. It's not how I meant it.
I mean, it is. It's called a Freudian slip, and that's fine. Listen, you know, you've been cooped up in your house as a man for what 8 weeks by yourself.
No, we're moving on.
All right. I meant Sudoku, but okay. I don't know why playing online Sudoku.
Yeah, it's I've been very cautious about what I've watched, and a lot of the stuff I've watched I've seen before, except for the Family Guy last night. But I know what Family Guy's about. I know I enjoy it, so like that's not a big thing. But in general, I've been watching mainly stuff that I enjoy. because it's sort of like familiar, and like you say, like you're not wasting your time.
But I am going to change that. But what I just said, even though, because you know what my greatest fear is? I don't want to be like my parents and maybe your parents. It's like, it's not cool to always say things were better in my day. Like that's what our parents, you know, if you talk to any sort of above 50-year-old, the kids don't make music anymore.
Yeah.
Like no, there's music stuff being made. You know, don't worry about it. And we see the world differently, as we know, you know, like in your day, I don't know, a mixed race couple was considered illegal, you know, like things are better now. Yeah. And there's stuff happening now.
We're in a different time, boys.
I don't want to be in 15 years time and be that guy. Like it's not actually a cool person to be. Like as much as it's hipster, and I know people are so cool, like, and it's so cool to come and say, oh, the Beatles were the best band and there's never been good music after that again. Quite frankly, they were a pop band, but okay, right? It's like, no, there's still awesome stuff being made today. Like, get over yourself. They're like, and I've become that person because I'm always like, I haven't watched a film in forever. Like, literally, when I say forever, in forever. I think the last film I watched was Jojo Rabbit because it was a work thing for Cliff Central. But I would never have gone to a movie. I would never. But that's a bad thing. I know it's a bad thing because I know in 10 years I'll sound like my parents. I know I will. Just because I've chosen, you know. So I'm going to start forcing myself to watch new stuff and also take the lens of it doesn't have to be good and I don't have to like it. Otherwise, I'm like, the older you get, the more crystallized you get in your opinions, right? I already know what I like. So I'm going to have to watch it, dude. And also you got to, dude, there's cool stuff happening. And we work in a cool industry. Like I can't be, it's not cool in my industry to go, I don't know who that is. Like there's so many pop stars. I'm pretty sure you've said names to me and I'm like, who?
Yeah.
And they're like big people.
Yeah.
That's not cool. Like I work in the industry. I should know that.
Like you're under the impression that Selena Gomez is on top of the pop world at the moment.
Yeah, and I'm wrong, eh?
Very. She's made like a mini transition to like Spanish or Latino music. Or
good for her.
What's the actual word?
Latin.
Sorry. Yeah. So she's made that. She's brought out her last sort of, I think, 3 or 4 songs of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, good for her, dude. Why not? She's made the money now, and maybe that's who she's always been, you know? And the like Miley Cyrus. It was like just the corporation owns you, and we're going to make you English and try and make you like wholesome and American. And she, the whole time she was probably, I don't know, her documentary will come out. She was probably, you know, smoking for the stress.
Yeah, she was smoking from the age of 13.
Are you talking about Miley Cyrus or Selena Gomez?
Miley Cyrus.
Okay, I'm talking about Selena Gomez now.
But then why did you say Miley Cyrus?
No, I'm saying the correlation is that they were both, like Disney had their hands around both of their throats in their teen years. And the whole time Selena might have been going, Orale Vato or whatever, because I don't speak Spanish. But Eddie Guerrero said that on the WWE, so I know that.
She said, no bueno.
Hey, Selena, what food do you want? Tapas.
No, she said, hola, tapas.
Taco.
How do you say please in Spanish again?
Oh, that's a good one. I do know that. I should know that.
Muy bien.
What's obrigado's thank you, hey?
Yes.
Ugh.
I'm going to Google Translate now.
That is a tough, and I do know it. It's going to kill me once you say it.
Please.
Yeah, please.
It must be English.
S'il vous plaît is French.
It's por favor.
Por favor.
So she's like, uno taco por favor.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what she says.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Uno momento, director, man.
Yeah. The whole time, like, sorry, English, lady. You know what I mean? And the whole day, she's just like frustrated. Like, I just want to speak Spanish and get a, I don't know, a flamboyant dress and dance.
And then
it's a little bit racist, by the way, what I've just said there.
Yeah.
Just suggesting anybody who speaks Spanish just wants to salsa the whole time.
I have no idea if we have Spanish listeners, so...
and even then, how would they understand? They speak Spanish.
It's true.
Well, how would they know that we're making fun of them and being racist?
And Bilelo G told us what please was in Spanish.
Am I being racist then?
Yes.
Is that racist? Like just presuming Spanish
just
people?
To assume.
Yeah, just a whole... Are Latin people a race?
I don't think we're being...
I think they're just a shade of white.
I don't think we're being racist. I think we're being
Languagist.
stereotypical.
Because they are still considered by whoever decided that whiteness or Caucasianness was the thing. They're Caucasian. They just happen to speak Latin languages.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Not Germanic-based languages. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it's fully racist because I'm not saying all white people want to put on most white people shouldn't dance. Actually, I think we've seen that.
It's true. I want to hear Selena Gomez say that line from Family Guy. The the helper that
no.
I need more lemon pledge.
Now that could be racist. Why do you want to hear it? Is there some fetish in you that thinks Latin people should be cleaning houses? That's starting to get dangerous.
Nope.
Why do you want to hear Selena Gomez say that?
I feel like I want to hear that sentence from a sort of Latin person outside of the satirical.
Why? Selena Gomez.
It's funny, dude.
Selena Gomez is not a maid. She probably has 54 of them.
My one friend does that impersonation so well, dude.
I need more lemon, please.
I need more lemon.
Yeah, that's see, that's a bit of an inside joke. If you haven't seen Family Guy, that is Consuela, by the way.
Consuela's her name, yeah.
Very good. That's very funny. Yeah, Selena Gomez. I don't think I've been racist there, James. Like I've been to Argentina. A lot of people in Buenos Aires like expressing themselves. I've been to probably, I don't know, on that trip probably went to 20 Latin countries. A lot of flavor, a lot of loud music in the streets.
Again, don't think it's racism. I think it's I think you're being stereotypical.
Am I being culturalist?
Are you asking if it's cultural appropriation?
No, because I'd have to be appropriating it. So no, that's in the name. What that would be. I think I'm being like the ist, the race-ist.
Yeah.
I'm being the ist, but not to their race, to their culture. Like, okay, if you're Latin, let me group you all together. Even though I understand that Bolivian culture, right? Because I've lived it and been there. Bolivian culture and Uruguayan culture.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
All right. You don't believe it.
Is that the first time you've heard it?
I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. All right. That's good. We'll leave it on that note. I think that's the high.
I think we leave it there.
That's the high point in good content. You move on from there. All right, let's get back to football. I don't believe it. Very good. Very good. All right, let's move on. Man, I'm glad the Premier League is back in the papers and just back doing things. Sick and tired of international football. There is something on my mind, though. It is particularly in North London, and I do want to address this because it's difficult for all of us in society. I want to talk about Bukayo Saka, the brilliant Bukayo Saka. Precocious talent, on his way to the top, certainly. Before we get into it, I'm big on this. Don't stay with anyone out of loyalty. Loyalty is nonsense. And I know it sounds chivalrous and it sounds great and it sounds like you're the most evolved person in the world. Don't stay with people because you're loyal to them. It's a stupid reason to do anything. It's like anybody who says to you, why do you do this? It's in my culture. That's a terrible reason to do anything. Is your brain that stupid that you can't transcend a word? Is that how stupid you are? Like anybody who ever says to me, I'm doing this because it's in my culture. Like that is the end of the conversation and I've stopped taking you seriously. Don't be loyal to people, right? Be loyal to yourself. Be loyal to principles because people will manipulate you. Loyalty is stupid. It is. I'm telling you it is now. And I know people and men in particular, loyalty is everything, brother. And be a gorilla. That's gorilla mentality. You don't have to be loyal to survive. Right? Be loyal to principles. Right? It's lovely. It's a Hollywood thing. But it's not real. Be loyal to yourself. And mostly people are only loyal to themselves. Don't stay with people. Don't let people ruin your life because you want to seem cool by saying I'm loyal. Yeah, that's very cool, pal. Yeah, that's very cool. Listen, if you're a great person, find a better job, find a better partner, find a better home. Don't be loyal to things. Don't get stuck and bogged down because you want to feel, and you've somehow created a thing that without this I am less. You're not. If you're great, if you're principled, move on. You don't deserve her. She doesn't deserve you. Whatever it may be, move on. If your job is horrible because your boss sucks and you're a competent person, but they gave you the job out of university, leave. You're allowed to leave. You don't owe anybody anything. They didn't have to hire you. And when they hired you, they brought you in because you were cheap. They weren't being loyal to you. Loyalty is nonsense. Move on. Learn to move on in life. Stop using loyalty. Nobody deserves your best years in life. Let me just tell you this. You have to know this. If your best years are between 20 and 45, and if somebody's mucking about and they aren't principled, focus on the principle, not the people. Don't be loyal to anybody. They must earn that. Nobody deserves, you know how often you hear people saying, I deserve. You don't deserve anything. Get over yourself. I know everyone at school and our society tells you everyone's special. No, you're not. You don't deserve anything. What you must do is you must earn it through behavior. You must earn people's best years to get to spend time with good, principled people. And you should try. I like to try and conduct myself that way. I'm loyal to very, very few people. And even then, I'm loyal to their principles. I will move off people. Bukayo Saka should move on from Arsenal. Bukayo Saka should move on from Arsenal. And I don't mean in like 5 years' time, give it another season. Bukayo Saka should leave Arsenal right now. Because Bukayo Saka and Erling Haaland are the next faces of football. People say Kylian Mbappe. I'm telling you, he's not going to be the face of football. Mbappe doesn't have the personality. Bukayo Saka's like, he's interesting looking, the hair, the waves, the awesome skin tone. You know what I mean? He's interesting. He pops on camera. Like handsome dude, that dark skin tone, perfect skin, the high top. And from what I've read, very funny. You know, you see him doing what he's doing. He's 19. He's part of the new culture, the new wave. A global superstar. Nigerian, British. I mean, there's just so many ways to sell him. Kylian Mbappe is very cookie cutter, right? French guy, brilliant, but footballer, quiet. Bukayo Saka, New Balance right now. He's shown that he'll move. He's dynamic. Erling Haaland's Erling Haaland. I mean, he's the next. I think Haaland is the next true face of football. But Bukayo Saka is about to become the face of football globally. I don't just mean in England, globally over the next 10 years. Move. Because you don't want to be Harry Kane. It's clear now you're brilliant. It is clear. You are brilliant. Move. Leave Arsenal now. Folks, Arsenal for the last 5 years, if you're a Gunners fan, I don't mind telling you this, because it doesn't actually matter how you feel. It actually happened, and I didn't do it. Your club did. 5th, 6th, 5th, 8th, and 8th. That's 5th, 6th, 5th, 8th, and 8th. I'll let that one sink in for any Gunners fans. 5th, 6th, 5th, and you were 8th, and you were 8th. Bukayo Saka would start at Real Madrid tomorrow. Name one club where Bukayo Saka goes, he's better than Serge Gnabry. I'm sorry, he starts at Bayern Munich. Now, by the way, I don't mean Saka would have to go there and bed himself in and learn the German way. Bukayo Saka starts now at 19. The hell end has not produced anything like him maybe since Tony Adams. And I like Cesc Fabregas. I think he's a top player, but Bukayo Saka as a raw talent. Now Fabregas started at 16, that gives him a little leg up, but Bukayo Saka is going to be a top 5 player in the next 3-4 years. If he's not already, by the way. He is unbelievable. Leave Arsenal, leave them now. I'll tell you what Bukayo Saka is like, all right? He is an MIT graduate that's stuck working at his cousin's startup. And he's packing shelves. That's what it feels like. It feels like he's working with a bunch of numbnuts and he's got a master's degree in structural engineering. Arsenal's a dumpster fire. Here's the other thing, the very practical side of things, is that his development is going to be stunted at Arsenal. Because if he had Pep Guardiola now, as he's molding himself, growing, as he's forming his charisma and football character, Pep Guardiola turns him into Cristiano Ronaldo. Because it is unacceptable to Pep, just because you're 19, to not be delivering. Listen, Phil Foden's development, you've seen what it's done over the last 2 years. Because you're around Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne doesn't care. If you're old enough, you're good enough, get it right. At Arsenal, Bukayo Saka will get away with murder. Spoiled children do. If you're the first son or daughter at home, you know what I mean. You get away with murder. It'll stunt Bukayo Saka's growth, and he will not become the player he should be. He won't. He just will not. Listen, you know how you judge relationships, or who's the bad part in a relationship? If you break up with your girlfriend now, and in 10 years' time, she's happy with 2 kids and a husband with a successful job, and you are going through your 15th girlfriend who's 10 years younger than you, and you're still getting hammered on Sundays, there's a clear winner there. Because how you judge people after a breakup, and people say they don't, but we do. But we do. It's the person who stabilizes after that. And if you're into your 6th relationship after one relationship, and she moves on, creates a family, creates a household, and works for a better life for her children, it's a little better than you, pal. Here's the thing about Arsenal. When people leave you and they do better, and it's Adebayor, and it's Fabregas, and it's Gallas, and it's Van Persie, Arsenal's the problem. Arsenal is the problem. And you've got to swallow that bitter pill. And Bukayo Saka needs to wise up to it now. It's not changing anytime soon. They lost to Hibernian yesterday. I know it's preseason. I know. But folks, you are what you are. 5th, 6th, 5th, 8th, and 8th is Arsenal. That's what they are now. Bukayo Saka belongs at Real Madrid. Because he's going to be in the top 8 again next season. He'll be somewhere between 6th and 8th. And it's a wasted year in his career because he's ready to start at Man City. He goes to Man City, he starts tomorrow. He's better than Riyad Mahrez. I don't care what anybody says. He can play left back, he can play right forward, left forward, he can play attacking mid. What can't he do? Some might say, listen, he missed a penalty. It happens. Baggio missed a penalty. It happens. Frank Lampard missed a penalty. Steven Gerrard's missed penalties. Ruud van Nistelrooy's missed penalties. So you move on. He is an unbelievable player, and the only reason he should stay at Arsenal, or he will stay at Arsenal, and I think it's ridiculous, is loyalty. He doesn't owe Arsenal anything. Folks, it's difficult when you're talented to manage yourself, and he's young as well. He will feel a guilt and a reason to stay loyal to Arsenal. Folks, you owe nobody in your life anything. Don't ever trap yourself at a job and say, I'm grateful this person gave me the job. Like, they needed you too. They probably paid you badly for 2-3 years because they couldn't afford to pay you. Where was their loyalty then? Very rarely, I think, do people go, oh, you know what, for 2 years I paid you badly. Let me make up that money. There's no loyalty. Bukayo Saka is going to get to 23. Arsenal's still going to be a top 8 club. And then he's going to be 23. And then what? And then you've wasted 5 years. And then you've actually stunted your development because you're around, I like Kieran Tierney, but you're around Kieran Tierney and Rob Holding and Aubameyang and Lacazette, who are all second-rate players, let's be honest. Dortmund would not have sold Aubameyang if he was A-level and the real deal. I like Emil Smith-Rowe, but I've seen 2 major injuries already. I don't know where that's going to go. Pepe is a waste of £70 million and not at the level. El Neni, is that who you want pushing Bukayo Saka? Folks, at the age of 19, Bukayo Saka shouldn't be leading Arsenal. He should be growing and developing. There's a reason why Cristiano Ronaldo worked. There's a reason why Leo Messi worked. Their emerging years were done in a cocoon. A 19-year-old shouldn't be leading any football club. It might be a big part why Diego Maradona never fully developed as a human being. He was idolized from the age of 16. If I'm Bukayo Saka, listen, and we'll finish off on this. It's not Saka's character, from what I've seen and read about him, to go and be a bad guy. What he needs is to change his agent. Mino Raiola or that type needs to be his agent. He should be at Bayern Munich. Listen, there's only three clubs in the world that deserve that guy. Bayern Munich, Barcelona, and probably you have to say Manchester City. He should be maybe 4. You'll add, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Man City. Those are the 3. That's where he should be. Best players, best coaching, most demanding, and he won't wilt. He came into the Euros for England and was, outside of Luke Shaw, their best player of the tournament at 19. Come on. Don't be loyal to people. I hate that word so much. There are 2 words that show me that your brain's not functioning like a human being. I do it, tradition as an excuse. And I come from a deeply traditional Xhosa family, which I love. So tradition can be awesome when you're celebrating it. But I'm not advocating madness through the word tradition. But let me tell you another one I hate. Loyalty. Be loyal to yourself. Because everybody else is. Everybody else is loyal to themselves. A Bukayo Saka owes not Arsenal diddly squat. And those are my thoughts. Don't let him be the bad guy. If you're his agent, let the boy move on. Jimbo, Bukayo Saka is about as good, and proud to say, by the way, I said it before the tournament. I've said it in fact before the season. A friend of mine from Australia who supports Arsenal dropped me a message and said, "Good call on Bukayo Saka." I've been saying it all season. I was like, who is this guy? How's he 19? And just the personality. In football, we say personality. It's when somebody is willing to ask for the ball under pressure. And when the moment comes, give me the ball. I was like, who is this guy? I've played football. I know what ballers look like. And it's not about ability. Everyone's good in the Premier League. They're brilliant. It's that willingness to get kicked, get up again, get the ball, and let's go again. And his technique, and he never gives the ball away. And he can play left back, by the way. He did a terrific job at left back. Left wing, right, forward, attacking mid. His performance level never drops. That doesn't happen with youngsters. He's very, very special, that guy.
I see on his his Wikipedia, and I assumed he is Arsenal born and bred. Which is shocking news.
Are you shocked?
I'm shooketh. It's interesting. I think he brings an interesting approach to not only the Arsenal squad, but also the England squad. Yeah, they've got sort of Sancho on the wing, and they've got Rashford sometimes on the wing, and Sterling also and whatever. But I think the fact that he can sort of play, like you say, left back, wing, midfielder, I think those are like 3 very, very different positions.
Yeah.
Maybe winger and left back have become sort of one in recent years. But again, very, very different positions. And the fact that he's versatile enough to do that and be trusted to do that at the age of 19, I think says a lot about the England squad as well as Arsenal and where Arsenal are. I mean, not so much the England squad, more Gareth Southgate's desperation.
Or it tells you, listen, Sancho's for real.
Sancho or Saka?
Sancho's for real. Grealish is for real. Rashford's for real. Right? They got the numbers, whether you like either of those or not. All 3 of those are. Jack Grealish is about to make the move of all time, probably. Right? Sorry, you sit on the bench, son. The whole of England. No, Grealish is probably the best playmaker. Put that 19-year-old in.
I honestly would trust him over.
No, because you know what? You know what's great about Bukayo Saka is he's another unicorn as well. he's got the ability to play. And I mean, you saw what he did when he came on. He created the chances and he's just brilliant. But he'll do the dirty work. It's very rare. Again, talented, self-aware. It's almost impossible in life to find talented people who are self-aware.
Almost like one of those pros.
But also world-level talent.
Mm.
Most pros are middle-of-the-road people in work, in football, in music. Talented people are a nightmare. Cristiano Ronaldo must be a nightmare, to be honest. Nightmare. Because he knows he's good. He's good and he knows he's good. Like, you know, to find a Bukayo Saka is almost impossible. It's like, where do you find a guy who's that brilliant and that low maintenance? Because life is about maintenance, right? You got to maintain people. Like if you've got more talent, it's called production versus tolerance. And with Bukayo Saka, oh my God, his production's so high, and I don't have to tolerate anything. What? Oh my God, the dream. Because Cristiano Ronaldo, although he's a unicorn, but phenomenal production.
Yeah.
But do I have to tolerate? You know, the outside stuff and Instagram, and he's got. I mean, who was it that said he had outside interests? I think it's Carlo Ancelotti. Or I stand to be corrected. I read an article the other day who said he likes Ronaldo, but he has lots of outside interests. I think it was Surrey. It could have been. I forget who it was. Anyway, like Ronaldo, you still, there's a lot to deal with there. There's a lot of outside stuff. You know what I mean? Jorge Mendes. There's a whole beast to deal with. But when you get to like what you want is Leo Messi, really, right? Nothing ever comes out. Although Leo Messi shouldn't be compared to anyone, but that's what you really want. You want Frank Lampard.
Yes.
You know, you like Leo Messi's no upkeep. Don't worry about it. Never in the papers.
Well,
you know,
in recent years.
Yeah, well, I mean, now we've seen why. Also, like at his stage in his career, but largely you look at his career, like Ronaldinho's the nightmare. The guy's literally taking, and I mean, it's now coming out as to some of the guy's failures. Him and Samuel Eto'o going to nightclubs before the game day, before El Clasico. But production versus tolerance is we'll tolerate that. Because here's life, right? Is we'll tolerate you until we can replace you.
Mm.
That's simple. Like, life is brutal. It is, any company will tolerate you. Or people. People will tolerate you until they can replace you. And with Bukayo Saka, if I don't have to tolerate anything and he's that productive, it's like dating a supermodel who's a great mom as well. And a great wife. Like, where are those? Taken. Yeah, those unicorns are taken. They're all taken. So Bukayo Saka, huge fan. And if I'm him and James, you probably have smarter people than me to listen to in life, and it's probably bad negotiation on a public platform from my side. Don't stay loyal. Like, loyalty is such a stupid reason to do anything. Think, use your brain. What's this person's behavior like? Are they going in the same direction? Am I growing here? Like, Bukayo Saka should be thinking that. It's like, imagine being around Diaz, Stones, Cancelo, Mahrez, Gabriel Jesus. Imagine being around those guys while you're developing. Because you're seeing what it's doing for Foden. Foden came out of nowhere almost, right? You see what it does for development, because Kevin De Bruyne doesn't want to hear I'm 19. Dude, I'm going to smash this ball at your feet, control it, and I want a 1-2 as well at the same time. I don't care that you're 19. Don't tell me you grow. That makes you, you know, Cristiano Ronaldo came to Man United at, was he 19? Ferdinand, Vidic, Carrick, you know what I mean? Rooney, Tevez. That's the kind of animals that were around. Giggs. Those guys that do who? Cristiano who? Listen, get the ball and we're going to win here. And that's all the time, by the way, at Man United. We don't want to hear we lost. And also we don't celebrate wins here. Like Fergie's thing was, and Rio Ferdinand said it in his book, and it was an awesome book. He's like, no, we don't celebrate the wins. Winning is expected here. It's the losses where what the hell is going on here? He said that's what left. That's where Moyes made the mistake. He felt like that left, you know? Imagine as Bukayo Saka, you now go and develop with Pep Guardiola and that bunch, where Kevin De Bruyne is on you from the first second in practice until the end of your practice. And Kevin De Bruyne is not on you for 10 minutes and forgiving you for a bad touch. It is unacceptable to him that your touch wasn't perfect in practice. It is unacceptable. At Arsenal, he's going to get coddled. And you don't develop when you get coddled. There's a reason why people go to Ivy League schools. Because in most of our universities, sadly in my country, people get coddled. 40, 50%. Oh, I scraped through. Oh, I got, what do you call it when you have to rewrite an exam? I did plenty of those. I'm not going to lie. Anyway, those exams where you fail and you write again, people get coddled. At Oxford, you know what happens when you fail exams? Good luck at your new school. Best of luck. There's no coddling at that level if you want to win. And Bukayo Saka is going to get coddled at Arsenal. He's one of their own. You know how your mom would treat you, James. Everything you do is, shame, you know? Because they're your mom. And naturally, Saka is one of theirs. As you said, Arsenal born bred. Arsenal aren't just going to, the first thing he does, it's like Grealish is a good example, right? Is people don't like where it's gone now with him being the beast that he is. But when he was in a casino, when he was caught with that lady on Instagram and he put it out, and in lockdown we saw what he did. He got caught 3 times. Drunk driving was one of them, right? But he's Aston Villa's baby, so they'll coddle you. So Grealish never grew up. He never got forced to grow up. And I don't want to be too harsh. I think you're seeing it with Paul Pogba as well. Like, he's one of United's own. I mean, he was at United very, very early. He's one of their babies. He never got forced to grow up. And then the one time Man United did force Paul Pogba to grow up under Fergie, he left. That should have told you everything. It's like, oh, I want to play. Paul Scholes is here. And Scholes obviously came out of retirement that season, and Pogba said, I want to play. And Fergie said, no, well, this guy's back. It's Paul Scholes, you heard of him. Plus we're going to win the title this season. Pogba said, I'm out of here. I'm not getting playing time. And he went to Juventus, and I think, quite frankly, there he was coddled, and it's a very easy environment when you got to Vidal, Pirlo. Don't get coddled. If you look at the great ones, that's why United were able to keep producing. You come in there, Keane, and those guys are on you. Ryan Giggs is super lucky to come into Pallister, and all those United kids are lucky because Steve Bruce was there. Robson was there. Fergie had a thing going before the kids came. The kids didn't come and say Fergie is to grow. You've got to be in, and I think Bukayo Saka, it's going to stunt his growth, dude. I really think so.
I don't think Arsenal is the place for him. I don't think City's the place for him either, though.
I
think City have their own thing going on. City, you have to be elite. He's played some good games for Arsenal and played some good games for England, but it's been in the space of probably 6-7 months that he's done that, and there's no proof that this off time will have an effect on that, or if he'll come back better, or again, he's still young, he's developing. So I don't know. I don't think City is the move.
Would you take Riyad Mahrez over him? I'd play Bukayo Saka right now at Man City on the right.
I'd play Riyad Mahrez.
See that? Okay, so that's where we disagree.
But only based on age and experience and composure.
Yeah, but Saka, I mean, Gareth Southgate saw something. Why he's playing over Jadon Sancho? That's still a choice you have to make. Gareth Southgate is seeing that guy every day.
Yeah, but form is one thing.
Yeah, I don't think he's picking on that. Let me stop you there. It's a character thing.
It might be, and it's a very common thing to do, to select players as part of a team.
Yeah.
Not based on skill or form or name. It's more based around their presence in the dressing room and what they do during debriefings and briefings and training, and I think. I fully believe if Jordan Henderson wasn't as sort of well-rounded as he's become in recent years, and he's quite decent, quite good.
Mm-hmm.
If he wasn't as sort of well-rounded, he would still be in the England squad at Euros because people know what he's capable of doing.
Oh, you mean the character, or you mean the playing ability?
Because of his character,
I agree.
He would be at Euros.
Which is why, and remember I said this before. I said this, you can go back to old podcasts. I said, it's so important to have character. I always say this. Pick character over talent. And I remember getting pushback on the Grealish thing. People saying, and I said to you, I'm not sure if you're on the show yet, James, when I said, the Grealish Southgate thing's not going to work. I can tell you now. Because I can see what type of guy Southgate is. He picks character. What's Calvin Phillips doing there? There's something about Calvin Phillips as a character that he loves.
That, huh?
No, because you see, a lot of people, we play FIFA. People play FIFA and they think, dude, his ratings on Football Manager. Gareth Southgate cares about what he showed me with Calvin Phillips, because Henderson was fine in the end. It's the character that he likes. Because I think certain people, Bukayo Saka's got the magical content. I'll tell you what he's got. Coachability.
Who, Bukayo Saka?
Talented people are not coachable. A lot of talented people, which is why they don't become LeBron James, they don't become Cristiano Ronaldo, they don't become Leo Messi. They're not coachable. Talented people are not coachable, and that is a terrible... Let me tell you something in your life. I don't care how talented you are. You need help from experienced people. And talent people don't like it.
I think Ryan Alex in the comments makes a very good point. He says maybe Saka should go to the Bundesliga for a year or two. Bellingham and Sancho developed well over there. I mean, the Bundesliga has a track record of producing talent as well as developing talent.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. An endless list of names that
I think that doesn't... You know why he doesn't need it? Because he's got playing time. Because you must remember why Jadon Sancho left Man City, right? Playing time.
Yeah.
So, listen, the Germans are the Germans. So when it comes to systems, no one's... And I love that. I was actually thinking about that. But where does he go? What, go share playing time? Because he's a £100 million player now. Easily. He's English. We know it comes with English tax. If you get, he is the next face of English football. Harry Kane has 2-3 years left because the ankles, right? I think Harry Kane after the World Cup, we're teetering.
You mean the knees?
No, he had the 2 ankle injuries last.
He's just got knee stuff.
Okay, I didn't even know that. So Harry Kane's brilliant and he's the face of English football. But I'm telling you, Bukayo Saka, interesting looking, like swag. And we know that the grime kind of feel that's coming into football. He represents everything that I think the next culture wants to be.
English football is becoming very grimy, huh? I watched the FIFA 22 release trailer this morning.
Yeah, and it's all grime and the mandem.
Yeah, and FIFA's been like that since, I think, FIFA 19 is when they first started with the whole, like, street style.
Yeah.
Mandem, Stormzy vibes, yeah.
And it's cool because Saka, like, doesn't have to... You don't have to change him.
Yeah.
Because he may not be into grime or whatever, but he's got, like, the cool... Like, I've seen his dress sense. He just moved to New Balance. He's got, like, the high top. The hair is clearly a thing. So I know with footballers, they'll troll people. I don't know if you've seen how perfect his
yeah.
Like, he's the guy, right? You can see that. And then he's also, like, a pro's pro. I think he's the perfect product for English football. I don't think he needs to leave Germany, and I think it would be a tremendous mistake. And the only place he leaves for England for, pardon me, I don't think he needs to leave England, is what I meant, is the only place he can go is Bayern Munich. And then what? He's splitting time with Gnabry and Leroy Sané and Goretzka. No. Because Dortmund don't buy high-profile players.
Yeah, but Dortmund is sort of... In my opinion, I see Dortmund as more of a development club than Bayern because Dortmund have just produced more high-class, world-class players. I could be wrong, but I think Dortmund would actually be the move because you must also remember Jadon Sancho's leaving.
Yeah.
There's game time for you.
Dortmund,
who they have on the right wing?
Dortmund don't spend. He's a £100 million player right now.
I doubt it.
Jadon Sancho costs £75 million.
I say Bukayo Saka is somewhere... I think his lack of experience brings down his price. I think there's no way Bukayo Saka is on the same price tag as Jack Grealish.
So
I'm not saying Jack Grealish is an incredible player. But
yeah. No, which he is. I think he is. He's a £100 million player. City are going to pay that.
Think about it this way. Harry Kane or City are willing to spend 150... Is it 150?
Well, that's what's being...
something like that. On Harry Kane.
Uh-huh.
And What's the price tag they're willing to spend on Haaland at Chelsea?
150 probably as well.
So you're telling me that a 19-year-old who's had 6-7 months of good form has the same price tag, or 50 million less than probably, arguably, two of the best goal scorers in the world?
I've seen a guy who's really not done anything in world football, because Bundesliga is a bit of a farmer's league, go for £75 million. I think Bukayo Saka is better than Jadon Sancho right now, by the way. Because forget it, the fact that Sancho's dribbly guy is, I get that with Bukayo Saka, and I get a guy who drops back, and I'm not getting haircuts in lockdown. So we must always remember, businesses invest on who can I trust. Bukayo Saka is going to be this for 10 years. Pay the 100 million. It's because think about it. Bukayo Saka in 2 seasons is 150 million. Like, he's going to keep playing for England. He's going to go to the World Cup. He's going to have another banger season for Arsenal, bar injury. And he's English.
I just don't see a lot of clubs wanting to spend that kind of money on a 19-year-old who isn't.
I agree.
Doesn't really have a proven track record.
It's been a year at Arsenal.
Exactly. That's a big thing. And he was, if I'm not mistaken, he was injured at a point.
Yeah. Well, if I'm his agent and I come to you and I say yes, but you can feel how you feel, is he got picked over Jack Grealish and Jadon Sancho. What do you say then? And they got to the final.
Prove to me
he started in the final.
Prove to me that this isn't.
Oh no, he didn't start. Sorry.
6-7 months of just good form.
Yeah.
How can you prove to me that he's actually a world-class talent that's capable of doing this season after season?
Well, Paul Pogba cost 90 million, and look where that's gone. So everything's a transfer.
I suppose so.
And listen, I love Bukayo Saka. Like I'm nailing it in now, and if I was him, I'd move. I'd move now. Like,
yeah, I'd definitely move.
Stop wasting your time at Arsenal. There is nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Like, let's be honest. Are Arsenal going to challenge for even maybe, like, I should put it this way. Are Arsenal going to challenge for top 4 in the next 5 years?
I think Arsenal are lucky if they can challenge for the Europa Conference League.
For 7th, eh? Because let's put it bluntly.
That's a joke, by the way.
Well, that's 7th. No. Well, they've come 8th for 2 years. I know it's a joke, but they're a joke.
I just know how touched Arsenal fans can get.
Listen, everybody's entitled to be upset. Nobody's entitled to be right.
Everyone's entitled to their wrong opinions, huh?
But listen, before we finish off, let's make this clear. Man City, they're going to finish above Arsenal for the next 5 years, right?
Absolutely. Easy.
Chelsea, they're going to finish above Arsenal for the next 5 years. Right? Liverpool, they're going to finish above Arsenal for the next 5 years. Right? They've got a young squad, hungry. Mane's not going anywhere. Fabinho's not going anywhere. Virgil van Dijk's another 2-3 seasons. And Alisson, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Robertson.
We've also handed out a bunch of contracts. Liverpool like handing out contracts at the end of every season.
Listen, Liverpool had a shocking season this season with all those injuries you were complaining about.
And we still got Champions
League. They finished 4 places above Arsenal. Just have a look at bring up the table for me. I want to know how many points. What is the disparity? I want to know what the disparity, because this was the worst season Liverpool have had since Jurgen Klopp joined. It's the worst season they've had in terms of just how the season went. You know what I mean?
I don't think it is. I think
no. Well, the first season you came 8th or 7th because remember he came halfway through with after Brendan Rodgers, but you've been in top 4 since then. Or no, you came 5th the next season.
Yeah.
You came 5th.
I know there was a season where we didn't.
Yeah, you came 5th the next season, and then you. But even then, the next season, remember he was tinkering, and you had ridiculous. Who was that centre back? Like Skirtle and them. Remember, he was trying to get rid of all that, and Lovren, and do you remember that? Please
don't even remind me. Just makes me want to cry.
So yeah, this is the worst season Liverpool have had. And how many points did Liverpool get last season?
So I just want to add on to what you said. Right, this is the worst sort of the season Liverpool's had. We've had everyone knows Liverpool's had a terrible, horrendous season.
Yeah. Some might say back to normal, but okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's one title in 30 years now.
I mean, we still finished above Chelsea this season in our terrible season.
Excuse me.
I'm just saying.
European champions, Chelsea. So,
Okay.
Put some.
Okay.
Yeah. So, there's that.
Okay. If you were European champions, you would be above us.
Kind of are. So I'd rather come 4th and win the Champions League than.
It's 3 points behind us.
Well, what do you get? Well, what's the prize for coming 3rd and 4th? Going to the Champions League. Oh, well, got the same prize. What else did you do? Nothing. What did Chelsea do? Win the Champions League. All right, same prizes then. Third and fourth is the same prize. Sorry, pal. Anyway, it's not about that. It's not about Liverpool now.
We digress.
Yeah, you got emotional. I got in my feels. Right. So Liverpool had how many points last season?
They had 69.
69 points, which is just a number. It's just a number. I don't like where it's going. There's a white guy dance happening in the studio. Now that's racist. What I've just done there is racist.
Yeah, that was racist.
I wasn't racist to Selena Gomez earlier. I was culturalist, but that was racist, what I said there.
I wish that camera wasn't dead so people could see how racist it was.
Although, is it racist to say white guys can't dance?
No.
Because although
no.
It's not true. It's not necessarily empirically true because we've seen Justin Timberlake.
I think self-aware white people know that we can't dance.
No, but listen, that's racist because...
No, it's not.
What about Justin Timberlake? What about Michael Jackson?
Well, Michael Jackson isn't really...
Well, did he not die a white woman? I mean, a white woman pork face. Anyway, all right, let's finish off with the... how many points did Liverpool get last season?
69.
How many points did Arsenal get last season?
61.
So they were in Liverpool's worst season ever with half their starters injured. Arsenal were 8 points worse.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. So they're not finishing above City in the next 5 years, not above Chelsea, certainly not those two. They're probably not finishing above Manchester United in the next 5 years, right?
Yes. No, I think Man United are, they're going to be a force to be reckoned.
Oh, they came second, yeah. How many points did United get?
74.
Okay, so you're not catching up for 13 points in 2 seasons.
No.
And Man United are reloading with Rafael Varane, and they got Bruno Fernandes now on a full preseason. Who else is in the mix at United? I think they're trying to get a striker. They got Sancho.
Edinson Cavani is also on
but
fire
they got
there.
Sancho. Hey, Tiny, heard of him? Oh, no.
Twice.
So and then I haven't even counted Liverpool in this count.
Yeah.
And Liverpool are, I think, they've got a nice, strong base, young players. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like Alisson's not going anywhere. Trent's not going anywhere. Robertson's not going anywhere. Joey Gomez not going anywhere.
Fabinho's not going anywhere.
You just got Konate, Fabinho, Henderson, Thiago, Mane, Mo Salah, Bobby Firmino,
Milner.
Jimbo Milner, who will play till he's 98. So...
You got to respect the hustle.
No. Listen, you need that. 6 out of 10 every day. So Arsenal are not finishing above 5th. Are they going to finish above Leicester in the next 5 seasons?
No.
So okay, that's 6.
No, I think they'll finish above Leicester probably once.
Okay, so you think they'll get in the mix?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 5 teams.
No, but I only say that because I feel like Leicester can't continue where they are.
And by the way, I know Arsenal hate this. Excuse me, there's Tottenham as well. They're not finishing above Tottenham. They haven't finished above Tottenham, I think, for 5 years in a row. So Arsenal are guaranteed for the next 5 years. Yeah, managerless Tottenham. Although Nuno is, shout out Nuno.
Lolsies.
So that's my point, right? Is like, look at that as an outlook. What about Arsenal tells you they're going to catch? Let's be conservative. What about Arsenal tells you they're going to catch Man City, Chelsea, United, and Liverpool in the next 5 years? Is there anything about Arsenal that you've seen over the last 5 years that says, man, those guys are ambitious, they're coming?
Nothing convincing, no.
They've been, James, you are what you are in life, right? 5th, 6th, 5th, 8th, and 8th. What must I do about that? That's 5 years. That's evidence. You know what I mean? It's not. We're not just talking about one season.
They don't have an X factor at Arsenal.
I don't know what's going on. Hey, Bukayo Saka, get out of there.
Bruh, dip while you can.
Get yourself to... Dude, he must go. Man City, Man United, Real Madrid, Barcelona. Barcelona couldn't afford a loaf of bread right now. They got a... So maybe not. No, it's disgusting. I'm sorry. What have I always said to people? Date in your class.
Date in your class.
Yes, that's exactly what I said. All right, Jimbo.
Nailed it.
I know we had social media for today, but we got into some good convos, and we can do it tomorrow.
Really sad.
Yeah, no. Listen, tomorrow's going to be a packed show. of social media stuff. But we got to move on because there's people who give up. Because listen, there are men right now hiding from their girlfriends in a closet listening to us, James. You know what I mean? You don't want to spit in their faces.
I don't want to spit in anyone's faces.
Well, I don't know what you're up to in the bedroom.
So where did you want to go next? I see we're out of time.
Yeah, let's do comments. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I don't know what you're up to. Maybe, okay, let's not. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm just gonna do comments. Tabo Pali says. Oh, what did you say?
Tabo.
What's his surname?
I'm scared now. Tabo. Pali.
Racist.
No, it's not racist.
I've told you before. Oh, okay.
I'm just terrible with names.
Okay, no. I must put this out there because James, through his behavior since we've worked together, has shown me that he doesn't hate all black people. So it's actually not racist. It's not racist. It's not racist. Nobody can call you racist. It's Sotoist. So again, I think you've done what I did with Selena Gomez. It's culturalist. Because actually...
I'm just terrible with names.
No, I told you this. In Lesotho, the L is a D. So it's so if you ever see something...
I remember this now.
Yes.
Okay,
so
there you go.
Try that again.
Tabo Padi.
Nailed it. Not racist. That's not racist. James, back on track on being acceptable in society, pal. Let's give that a round of applause. Not a fascist, not a racist. Woo! James doesn't care about skin color.
Yeah!
Turned it around.
Yes!
Turned it around.
Nailed it!
A human being.
Woo!
Oh, you love to see it. You love to see... You love to see it when you're going, oh, he's going down Mussolini Avenue, but he's brave enough to do a U-turn Nelson Mandela way. Yeah, like, no, not where I want to go. James Ilsley says, I'm going down fascism Mussolini Avenue. No, thank you. Not for me.
Handbrake.
A little bumpy.
Drift.
The potholes, not for my car. Let me turn around. Nelson Mandela Highway, the Autobahn. Let's get on there. Let's be human together. It's phenomenal stuff.
Woo!
Good stuff, Chimba. All right. So, Tabo?
Padi.
Love it.
I might have missed something yesterday. Did you guys just declare that Messi is better than Ronaldo just because he won Copa America? Or we just saying he's a great player all around?
No, I'm very clear on Leo Messi being the greatest footballer of all time before Copa America. And I love Cristiano Ronaldo. It's not to bring him down.
How's this one? Kia Betswe.
Okay.
Did I nail it?
Yeah, I think you're in the right.
Yes.
Yeah, Bets.
Jim Carrey.
Oh, the surname is a banger, though. Are you going to give that a bash? Giabet's with surname? Jeez, I would make a mess of that, I'll be honest with you. And I think Giabet's is... I think that's Tswana. And they're tricky, because it's hot. Your lady lives in their province. The Tswanas live up there.
So, is the CH pronounced ch? Or...
I've got no idea. I'm Betty.
Or is it...
There's a bit of a Betty, like Tswana thing.
Right.
Yeah, so they live in like, there's a lot of Tswana people in, although I'm just presuming he's Tswana. What if he's not? Like, I've got a Xhosa surname, but a Betty mother. I identify probably more as Betty. So I'm being a little something there. But
when are you not a little something?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so do you want to give his surname a bash?
Sure.
Just give it a whirl. Be brave.
I feel like this is wrong, but Chirwa. That's how I learned English. It's with the CH.
Now, this is me possibly being something. That could be, he could be a Zambian or a Malawian dude. Because that RWA is generally Shona.
Also, how do we know it's a dude? I'm pretty sure it's a woman. It kind of sounds like...
Oh my goodness. Sexist. Oh my God. This show has been Bigotry FC, hey?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
I'm just saying, you've been a terrible person.
What about you saying L's and D's?
That's one problem I've had.
Yeah, but you're a part of the problem, you know? It's like saying, oh, we only dropped one bomb on you know. Like,
how do you learn from your mistakes?
Oh, I don't know, James. We've been super bigotry. Yeah. Oh my gosh. That could be a lady.
Don't you lump me in
okay, that human being could be Shona as well. The Chirwa, I probably messed that up. I haven't seen that surname before. It's a banger, though. It's a beauty. Anyway, What does we have to say?
Jim Carrey, question mark, benchmark.
That was questioning your madness.
I
like Jim Carrey.
There's a lot to Jim Carrey that a lot of people don't see. Again, people see him as the Dumb and Dumber guy, and he's not the... And I've been trying to convince so many people of this.
So you think Marlon Brando and Jim Carrey should be said in the same sentence?
Yeah, easily.
Marlon Brando won an Oscar for 11 minutes of acting, by the way, on Godfather. So it's great. But okay. All right, James. I you know what? I want to create a safe space for you. That's fine.
Hey, again, everyone's entitled to their wrong opinions.
Let's move on.
Right?
Let's move on, yeah. What else we got?
Kia Betsware also told us that it was Good Will Hunting.
Yeah.
Nice. Tabor says, I only had to see The Mask to know Jim Carrey is great. I don't care what anybody else says. It's art. We're all biased. So for me, it's Jim. I enjoy Ty Burrell, Christopher Waltz.
Whoa. What did you say? Christopher who?
Waltz.
Oh, my Lord. Now, that's a guy's same color as you. So it's it's definitely not. Oh, my Lord. You've made a mess of that.
I don't know where I've made a mess of that.
Dude, the guy is Austrian.
Everybody says Christopher Waltz.
The guy is clearly Austrian.
Am I Austrian?
You're Afrikaans. In fact, it's the same as how you would say the W. It's literally the same as you'd say it.
I'm quite certain he doesn't say his name that way.
Christopher Waltz it's clear.
Everyone says Christopher Waltz.
Who?
Everyone.
People say Barcelona. You go to Spain and say that. They want to slap you in the face.
Exactly.
But I'm telling you, people say Christopher Waltz. It's out there. I've heard it before. So
wrong. You're wrong.
So okay, but that's not.
Nope, you're wrong.
That's Austriist. Unbelievable. This show has been. I'm not putting up this podcast because we are getting cancelled. Okay. Anyway, Christopher Waltz, which is actually a dance, by the way, and not the Austrian actor. But go ahead.
And Mahershala
Ali.
Ali.
I don't know who that is.
Everything.
No, but that's okay. It's good. It's good to learn. We can Google it.
Tabo is on the same page as me. He sees the true essence of Jim Carrey's acting.
Awesome.
And that's my boy.
Awesome.
Umbrello G says, LeBron has a film coming out. Makes me wonder why sports people don't explore the arts a bit more. Neymar having cameos is just pure marketing. It would be interesting seeing sports people lead in film.
He's already led LeBron. He was in a movie with that funny guy. I forget what his name is with brown hair. I didn't see the film, but yeah. Listen, acting's also a craft. Like we must be careful to not confuse content creators and actors. Like acting's a real craft and it's a real thing. You know, like LeBron had to shoot Looney Tunes or whatever. What's it called? Space Jam 2 in the off season.
Neymar is in XXX 2 or 3.
Yeah, but I mean that's what a C grade film.
Yeah, pretty much.
But Neymar's, that's awesome. That's cool. I like that. I don't know about them leading in films, though. LeBron James is not... I can't talk down who's the Pirates of the Caribbean dude? Johnny Depp and say LeBron should be acting. It would make me a hypocrite. And I am team LBJ, by the way.
Umbrello G says, if you hate Mourinho, chances are you're influenced by the media.
Well said.
Kia Betsware says... So glad I don't drink coffee. Having said that, Mourinho maybe needs that Frisco. I'm hopeful, but I am a gunner since 96. I should not be trusted.
You shouldn't, and you don't drink coffee either, so you shouldn't be trusted at all.
Umblelo G says, MKT, how do you explain 3 trophies at a sinking United, taking Spurs to a final? There is still something there.
No, I'm saying I love Mourinho. I agree with you guys. And, you know, even United fans saying that is like Europa League for Mourinho's failure. I almost guarantee you that for him, if he's not in the mix in the Champions League and League, I'm going by Mourinho standards that it was a failure. You know what I'm saying? Dude, the guy won the Champions League with Porto. Like, that shouldn't happen.
No, I mean, I buy into that.
And he won the treble in Italy.
But I still stand by what I said. I think he's struggling to move on with football, you know?
No, listen. We'll have that conversation. No, so to be clear, I love Jose Mourinho. I think in life, I don't like to attach my loyalty to anyone. If somebody displays poor behavior 3 times, and I think United was a bad move, I think... not because United aren't the club of all clubs, jobs of all jobs. He shouldn't have taken it at the time because he was still at his apex peak. He should have waited for something else to come. and he got desperate, and it was like, oh, it's almost like if somebody's trying to charm you and you're buying a car. It's like, oh, there's only 2 of these left. They'll play you. Like United, he shouldn't have behaved that way because United were clearly on the down.
Yeah.
Right. And Spurs are a mess. He shouldn't have taken that job. It's not befitting of him. So what it shows me is I believe in responsibility. Mourinho showed bad decision making twice and 3 times now is what I'm saying. But I love Mourinho. And it does blind me. Yeah.
Umblelo G says Brickleberry is the best.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's very funny.
Senzo says, nice hoodie, Umblelo.
I agree. That's why I bought it.
Umblelo says, por favor. Oh, we went through that one. Umblelo G also says, I actually started learning Spanish since watching La Casa de Papel. Money Heist, if you watch in English.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. Okay. Umblelo G says, Saka firstly did the right move choosing England over Nigeria. No offense to our Nigerians. A better club, and he is really gone.
Yeah, I agree.
Umblelo G also says, Arsenal lost 2-1 in a friendly game last night. They are clearly not ready. I can't wait for their all or nothing series.
Yeah, we'll talk about that, by the way. They are on. That is going to be magnificent. By the way, lost to Hibernian. And have you seen the I think I sent it in the group. Yeah. That's, by the way, that could be their second keeper.
That's just
you know what? Arsenal lost to Hibernian, or like a club which could be a hardware store. If you listen to the name. The world is back to normal, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Everything makes sense again.
Yeah.
Kia Betswe says, please don't laugh at us, Arsenal fans. They're preparing us early so we know what's coming, but we are happy. Hopeless, but happy.
But happy, yeah. Listen, as long as you put people in the picture, they'll very rarely be upset. So,
there you go.
And man, Kia Betswe sounds like a man whose soul has been ground down.
Assumptions.
I said a soul.
You said a man.
No, I said a soul.
You said a man.
No.
You said a man. I heard it.
I didn't. I said he sounds like a soul that's been ground down, like sawdust. His soul is sawdust.
Delete the podcast. Yeah. We're not going live. It's just not happening anymore.
All right, what else we got?
Tabo says, I don't see City paying 100 mil for Grealish, 150 mil for Kane. Although Spurs have indicated the interest in a swap deal, Nuno would like Lingard at Spurs. That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Not sure United are set up for all day really to go win right now. But yeah, fair enough.
Ryan Alex says Dortmund need a winger and Sancho is leaving. He would be playing every game. Also Champions League playing time.
Dortmund aren't going to spend 80, 90 million pounds on a player. They just aren't.
Tabo says, I see.
But I listen, it would be nice if Saka had gone 4 years ago.
I think it's the move, dude.
No, he's not leaving Arsenal. There's no profile at Dortmund. You're in the Premier League, dude. Like, when was the last time you saw a German game on TV?
Don't go to another Premier League club, though, dude.
No, yes.
Not yet.
Where's he? Who can afford Bukayo Saka? He's going to cost a fortune.
No, he's not.
Listen, Ben White. Who's Ben White? Do you know who that is?
Yes.
He's about to cost £55 million. He's played 1 season in the Premier League as a centre-back.
So Saka will cost tops probably max same price as Jadon Sancho, maybe a little bit less.
And who can afford that? No, there's no German team that's paying that outside of Bayern Munich.
True.
Real Madrid, PSG. Those are the places that can afford anything over 55 right now.
No. Tabo says, I see Yuri Tillmans is pushing for a move to Liverpool as well as some fans. Funny, I haven't heard James mention him once. You're a plastic fan, James. That's not true. I honestly haven't heard of that news story.
Plastic fan. Although he would be an upgrade because what you got going in the middle there. Oof. Jordan Henderson, the beloved Jordan Henderson.
Keita's always injured.
Yeah, you got Fabinho.
Thiago's kind of formless at Liverpool.
So who's playing in that midfield 3 there, James? It's Fabinho, obviously, at the base.
And then Hendo and Tillmans, I think. That'd be a vibe, dude. That'd be sick. That'd be proper midfield.
No, so who's it was Wijnaldum. So he replaces Wijnaldum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although I've also heard Wijnaldum's replacement is going to be Renato Sanchez. So
I don't know. I'd much rather have Tielemans. Like, I like Renato Sanchez, but
yeah, same.
Tielemans is proper.
Yeah.
And you must remember another thing, Premier League ready. Like, Jurgen doesn't have another year to waste. Because what if Renato comes, and Renato's still young, you know? He comes, struggles to settle in. Last time it didn't quite work at Swansea. and he's a different player now. Shout out to Renato, but I'd much rather have Tielemans. So I'm a bit with Tabo here. Maybe Tabo's getting you back for butchering your surname a bit earlier and being Sotoist.
Well, look, you're the one that's been bigotry the entire show. I did it once. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Kotso says, y'all hate on the Gunners.
Well, what did you say his name was?
Kotso?
Oh, my Lord. This podcast will not be allowed.
No, I refuse to let you turn this on me. No, just because you
say his name again.
Have had many slips.
Okay, so say his name again.
Kotso.
Oh, my Lord. I'm going to have to move to Bulgaria.
Oh, that sounds like a you.
Because this show has my name on it.
Lolsies.
Say it from the throat.
Kotso.
There we go.
Right.
Not Kotso. Well, what is he? Like a vanilla latte at your vegan coffee shop?
These were the ways that I was taught letters.
Do you know what you sound like? You sound like the ladies I walk with in my area. Hi, Kotso. How are you? How's your mom, hey? That's what you sound
These
like.
are the way I was taught letters.
Okay, but...
A K is a K.
There's other languages.
Yeah, but this is the way... I'm not saying I'm right.
Okay, so hold on. That's ridiculous. You're an Afrikaans guy. All right, I tell you what. Say... say water for me. How your mom might say it.
Water.
No, she might say water. So it's like, hey, listen, Fricky, that's a flipping W, pal. That's how I was taught letters. What are you talking about?
No, my mom speaks to me in English.
I know, but she's Afrikaans. I'm saying the Afrikaans people would say water. So, hey, that's a W, pal. That's how I was taught letters. Imagine the whole world thought like that.
No, but what I'm saying is I'm prone to making mistakes.
That's two names you've butchered now.
With letters because of the way I was taught, right?
Yeah, but I was taught it's water. Now, when I hear Afrikaans people saying water, should I take the same mentality?
I'm by no means saying I'm right, by the way. I'm by no means saying that this name is actually...
No, you've butchered his name. Let's be clear.
I'm moving on. We don't have time. I'm moving on.
Okay.
Kia Betswe says, expectations...
Wait, you didn't... What did Khotso say? Do you hate him that much?
I read the comments.
What did you say? What's his surname? Oh, what's his surname? What's his surname, James? Because that's also a beauty of a surname as well. Say the guy's surname, James. Have some respect.
I'm in so much pain. Nazi.
Okay. We don't have the time. There's a Y there.
Nazi.
Darn it. Okay. Well, let's move on.
Was that right?
I think so. We don't have the time.
You didn't even know.
We don't have the time. No. I know.
Kia Betswe says, exceptions rule is they can't dance.
Okay. There is. Okay. So Justin Timberlake exception.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
See, that takes back one of the terrible things I've said.
Okay.
Anyway, Khotso
Nailed it.
says that the season has not started yet.
Mm-hmm.
Blilo G says, I would like to see Klopp challenge more for domestic trophies. I'm sick of Pep winning the Carabao Cup every season. At this rate, Pep will retire with 10 plus League Cups. I actually agree. I do want to see like an FA Cup come home or like a...
For Liverpool.
Yeah, dude.
It's going to be tough. I'm not sure. Listen, I'm not being biased. It's going to be tough. I don't know if that squad's going to hold up. Again, and you aren't signing either. Because now, listen, Fabinho loves an injury. Henderson has been injury prone since his Sunderland days. It's not a new thing. He's a brilliant player. I'd love to have Henderson at any club. Up front, I don't know if that's going to work again. And at the back, your boys love to get injured, James. All three of your centre backs, think of them. VVD, that's a massive injury, dude. Gomez.
It was one season.
Gomez, sick note.
It was one season.
Sick note. Gomez, sick note. Him and
What happened the season before?
The
season before.
You know what Gomez is? Tall, dark, and handsome version of Michael Owen. Sick note. Him and Jack Wilshere. Just
it was one season.
You know what Liverpool should do? Open a ward for Gomez. Just like extend the hospital.
Look, I agree. Gomez is always...
And I love him. He's brilliant.
But again, like we don't have...
And Matip is... there's another guy. He should just stay in Cameroon.
It was one season.
Stay in Cameroon. Always injured.
Who was the mainline defender for our Premier League winning season?
Wasn't it him and Lovren rotating, isn't it?
No, Lovren had left. I'm so sure of it.
All right. I'm saying, listen, I think Chelsea and City. You know my opinion.
Anyway...
Yeah.
We're all entitled to our wrong opinions, right?
I mean, one title in 30 years, and all of a sudden. Okay, what else we got?
Kia Betso says, all the Arsenal hate with a sad face.
I don't think we've hated on Arsenal.
I think we have, and I'm proud of it.
But why am I hating by saying their last 5 seasons have been 5th, 6th, 5th, 8th, and 8th? That's not hating. That's not me saying that, by the way.
It's hashtag the truth.
Well, look, if you don't believe me, here's the secret, right? You get the double chocolate chip ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
Turn off the light.
Yummy.
Sit in your bed.
Yum.
Bring the covers over you.
Yum.
And let the tears melt the ice cream as you cry into the ice cream with the big spoon, like a girl who's just been dumped in a rom-com.
Sounds like a normal Friday night for me.
Yeah. But do you know what I mean? Like, come on. I don't think we've been hating. I'm saying maybe the thing of Bukayo Saka should leave might feel like a bit of hate because I don't think Arsenal are going to. I'm just saying, here's the evidence. So forget that it's me saying it in a sick hoodie. 5th, 6th, 5th, 8th, and 8th. That's Southampton. That's not Arsenal.
Hey, man. All I know is the truth hurts.
Good rapper, by the way. She was a great singer. Truth Hurts.
Who, hey, man? All I know is?
No,
Truth Hurts.
no. Truth Hurts. Performer, 90s. You wouldn't know her because you're all about T-Pain.
Incorrect, but sure.
Oh, sorry. Racist?
Yeah, no.
No, well, that was a warning that I might be racist now, is Kings of Leon or whatever, you know?
Yes.
Is that going right? Why is that racist? I literally have a Kings of Leon poster at my house.
I could have...
And not a poster like a child, like a...
-3 Kings of Leon songs on my phone.
Yeah.
But just because I'm white, you assume I listen to King. Like Matthew Mole also. People assume...
Wait. Okay, whoa, this is projection now. Who said Matthew Mole?
Multiple people have asked me
I feel
if
like
I listen to Matthew Mole.
And
I know the reason why. It's not. Okay?
But
I don't.
But do you listen to Matthew Mole? Okay, do you listen to Jack Johnson?
No.
Okay.
I listen to Rubber Duck. That's pretty white.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, that's see-through. That's how that's beyond white. That's like see-through.
That's racist.
Yeah.
You can't describe white people as see-through, bro.
No. There's levels of whiteness. I've said there's levels of blackness before. Like we have to be able to call it out. There's levels of whiteness, James. Rubber duck. I mean, bloody hell.
Rubber duck is vibes.
Do you know what?
Dude.
Rubber duck, I imagine you were listening to that while you eat your... Oh, my goodness. You're doing the full white guy dance at the...
Dude, it's so much vibes.
You've done 6 brandies in white guy there with all his mates at Ultra.
That is...
Everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Racist. The most racist
Everybody knows what I'm talking about.
No.
Like, so how are we getting to Ultra? Listen, we can rent Tracy's dad's bus and she doesn't mind. We just got to cover petrol. Yeah, and it's all white this year, bro. If you need any, don't worry about it. You were just that guy there right now. Right now. Like, Oaks, we're actually going to travel separately. The Betty's in one bus, us in the one, because we like to jaw, you know what I mean? Just the boys. That's what you look like right there, your dance right there.
So racist.
I don't know. Racist is strong.
Tabo says, you can't expect anything special with United just because they signed Sancho. We need a centre-back. We need a proper centre defensive midfielder. We should get rid of Pogba and stop playing Fred and McTominay.
McFred. All right.
Senzo says...
So listen, this is not hate on Arsenal. There's a Man United fan saying this was a bad season.
Yeah.
They finished 13 points above Arsenal. Like, that's not hate, right? Yeah. And they just got Jadon Sancho. They're about to sign a guy who won three Champions League titles in a row next to Sergio Ramos. And he's still only like 28, and Rafael Varane. So if Arsenal fans think, come on, that's not hating. It's United are 13 points ahead of you, and they've just got, and they've just bought one of the premier players in world football, and they're going to add a centre back who some people say is a legendary French centre back.
Some people,
and they were already 13 points better than you. And Arsenal have added Nuno Tavares and who is it? The Belgian kid. Yeah, exactly. What's it? Vincent Kompany recommended him from Anderlecht. Yeah, yes, exactly. Your face is doing what I'm saying. Albert Sanka, I think his name is. Anyway,
gosh.
Yeah. So he's a youngster. That's who Arsenal are adding. and Man United are adding Sancho to a team that was 13 points better. I'm not saying I hate Arsenal. I'm just telling you what's happening. I'm not being the news. I'm just reporting the news. Jimbo, what else we got, Paul?
Senzo says Arsenal are done. It's a toothless dog. Hashtag free sack.
Hashtag free sucker and demand him, blood.
Senzo also says, also now everyone can shut up about Messi.
That's because he's a Man United fan and he supports Cristiano Ronaldo in this argument, I would imagine.
I'm not sure what Kia Betswe and Tabo were laughing at, but there was a funny thing that happened apparently.
Which is fine. People are allowed to laugh.
You're allowed to laugh. We encourage it. Ryan Alex says, should we also include Everton in the conversation for top 6 to 8 in the next few years?
Again.
I'm hoping Rafa causes a stir in Merseyside.
And Everton are going to spend £150 million in this window because Usmanov is not here to play games. Are Arsenal going to spend 150 in this window? No, they're not. And listen, it looks like FFP has been relaxed because PSG have just signed every Tom, Dick, and Harry on earth. Some would say free, but how are they going to pay the wages?
Oh, no. Don't be silly. As far as I am aware and that I read, FFP has actually been...
Yeah, there's a moratorium.
Disbanded.
Yeah, there's a moratorium. And I will explain that word later, James. Don't you worry about it.
Okay. Kia Betwe says, sutuist, question mark. Yeah.
That was when you were being... Was that me being sutuist or you?
Me.
Oh, there's just been so much butchering. Or you've butchered two names. I mean, you've taken two cultures and really put them in the pits of hell today, James, with some of your pronunciations.
Look, even Tabo doesn't buy into your sutuist thing. He says, this guy.
Yeah. All right, what else we got?
Kia Betwe says, we learn new things every day. Kia Betwe also says, it's Malawian, the surname. Also, before you clap your hands,
yes,
Kia Betwe is a lady.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I can't... I
apologize.
Let's rewind that clap there because you can't do this in life. It's like, look, you know, some people go, I'm homophobic, but at least I'm not racist.
Yeah.
Like you don't get the reward for being...
No.
So I can't clap for myself and say, okay, I was a bigot, but at least I got her ethnic roots right. I don't get the reward.
No.
Yeah. So
apologize.
No, I'm not going to apologize. I'm a bad person. There's no apology which can match the bigotry that I've just displayed.
Well, you could just say,
no.
Kia Betwe, I apologize for assuming your gender.
No, because Mussolini can't come and say to people, I'm really sorry to the hundreds of millions I sort of wanted to wipe off the earth. Like there's no, sorry is not good enough.
Hey,
so
man.
I don't know what the punishment's going to be, but I'm so sorry for presuming you were a man, and that is on me.
There you go. That's all I wanted. Senzo says Marlon Brando was Vito Corleone.
He was.
But and
James,
Superman, Jim Carrey was the Riddler. Please, guys.
Yeah. No, listen, James, and you know what's embarrassing? You don't know who Vito Corleone is. You heard of a guy called Al Pacino?
Yes.
You heard of a guy called Robert De Niro?
Yes.
They were both in that movie with Marlon Brando. James, Godfather, you got to watch it. Do yourself a favor. It's worth the 37-hour marathon that you're gonna have to go through for the trilogy. It's Pacino's like, and that's what got him started. Heard of a guy called Martin Scorsese?
No, I'm kidding. That was a joke. By the way.
No, well, I'm just saying.
Kia Betswe says, "Be good or be good at it."
Well said.
That's Lil Wayne, is who that is.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
Wheezy.
Yeah, you assumed because
Tunechi.
Because I'm white, Kings of Leon and Rubber Duck. Nope.
Whoa.
I know.
Whoa.
I know other things.
How deep are your insecurities? I didn't assume any. If anything, Lil Wayne is for 15-year-old white girls. That's what the music. Him and Drake make that music now. Early on, he was doing it for the mandem, but now. And I got no problem with it, by the way. I've always said, fill the arenas, dude. Fill your boots. But his music is made for you, James. It's like, it's Drake and Lil Wayne. It's if there's going to be music that represents the streets that people like you would listen to, it would be Lil Wayne. And that's not racist. That's people from the northern suburbs that went to Saints and after.
Yeah.
All right, let's finish off. What else we got?
Senzo says Arsenal are the new Liverpool, forever the victims. Grow up, guys.
Oof.
I had to put it all in.
But you see where he's going there, James. I mean, Arsenal still, like, as a Liverpool fan, have some respect. Arsenal have 4 times the Premier League titles you've got. So have some respect, James. You know, I can talk smack. You. Not. Screw Arsenal. I like that. Second best team in North London anyway.
Take your 7 titles.
Yeah, Tottenham are better than you. Tottenham Tottenham have been to a Champions League final more recently than you.
Exactly.
With Sissoko in their
exactly.
team. You couldn't even win with Henry, Ashley Cole, Lehman. Yeah, I hear you, James.
You won one invincible season and you think you're the...
But I'm not a hater. One invincible season. James, you guys won you won a League Cup, Community Shield, and UEFA Cup season, and you called it the treble. I mean, stop. One invincible season. What? Something we'll never see again versus Gerard Houllier with the fakest.
Hey, we came close.
With the fakest treble ever. To what?
An invincible season, like 2 seasons ago.
You lost with like 8 games to go. Okay, move on. To what? You came close to what?
We lost 1 game that season. And we were on course to beat the points tally that Arsenal had for their invincible season.
Do you know what? I was on course to... I once saw Scarlett Johansson in Mallorca, and I was on course to marry her. Who cares about... Coulda, shoulda, woulda. I mean, get the hell out of here with that.
Ryan Alex says, I actually think MKT is whiter than James. There's a high chance. I think that actually might be the truth.
Oh, man, that made me laugh.
I'm not kidding. That's probably the truth.
Who said that?
Ryan Alex.
That's very funny.
There's a high chance there's the truth.
I like that. So you represent the mandem. You talk for the streets, eh, James?
Not grime. More like rap and vibes, you know? Vibes.
Ladies and gentlemen, James has just said, not grime. He represents the Crips with rap and vibes.
No, I didn't.
Rap.
The Crips.
Rap and vibes, he says. That is awesome. James, that is the most white guy thing I've ever heard. Rap and vibes.
Homie.
Straight up.
Step up, son.
Get out of my grill, boy. All right, James, let's move on. This has been ridiculous. It's 2 hours, 40 minutes.
Senzo says Godfather is the best movie of all time, and Senzo also says Godfather 2, that is, but the first hour is in Italian, but with no subtitles, so good luck. Why would I want to watch that? It may be the greatest movie of all time. I'm not wasting my time.
You're not watching it, huh?
Rather watch Family Guy or something.
Yeah, listen. All right, homie.
Step up, son.
Hey, you are straight up tripping.
I will murder you, blood.
I will pop a cap in your glute. All right, give me that music. We've got to get out of here. It's been ridiculous.
Don't make me,
yeah.
son.
What did you say about my mother?
Yo.
What did you insinuate about my matriarchal figure?
My birth giver.
Oh, wow. Women are useful for more than birth giving, James. I think you've finished off on a note that we've had the whole time. Because women do more than giving birth. And I just, as we exit here, I've been Sutuous today, but I think James has just topped it with that unbelievable display of bigotry. But it's been the theme for the show, and it's unacceptable.
That was a good show.
A lady was called a man on this show. Like, by the way, if you're on YouTube, I understand. If you're with us, please dislike this video. And I totally understand. Or like it if you're a
I thought this show was vibes, dude. This is good stuff.
I'm not putting the podcast up because it's been bigotry FC. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I want to finish off on this. It does matter to me. I don't want to belittle what's happening in KZN or wherever you may be. And if you're anxious. And by the way, if you're going through some stuff right now, I hope this has been a time where you've been able to relax, have a good time, and just take a mental vacation. And thank you for laughing with us, and thank you for supporting us. So please click like if you're on YouTube, or dislike if you don't enjoy bigotry and women being called men just because you presume there's only men on this planet, like I did a bit earlier. Now, am I like James and just butchering people's names? Absolutely not. So I would say in the bigotry Olympics, I'm probably getting the silver medal right now. James is certainly a winner in those Olympics for the very first time. He's been a winner in his life. Jimbo, appreciate you, my brother. It's been an awesome show. Very, very good to be with you. And please, wherever you are, do your best to keep your head up. I guess we are in times that I'm very fortunate not to be actually in the action. And I don't want to say anything that belittles what people in KZN are going through and certain parts of South Africa. So you are entitled to feel however you feel right now, and do not let anybody take that away from you, and whatever that is. So I just want to say that. But I hope we've offered a chance to laugh and be together in a space that takes us away, if only for 2 and a bit hours. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the MKT Show. My name is MKT, and with all the love I have to all my fellow South Africans, let's keep going in the right direction. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, we are the hell out of here.